Hello, this is Ross Payne with Role Playing Public Radio. We're playing Delta Green. This is Coral Nomad. We are not going to be talking about Coral. No, this is a using material from the new Delta Green role playing game. Talking about a new section of the legitimate version of Delta Green, the Special Access Program, that uses teams of commandos essentially to secure specimens, we'll say, and artifacts that Delta Green agents find in their missions. So Coral Nomad is normally a team of special forces operators who helicopter into a nearby airfield and pick up, whatever it is that, the agents have to deliver, and then they helicopter back to secure sites. And so that sounds like a perfectly normal and safe job, and nothing ever bad happens. So, and in this scenario, that's probably going to be what happens. Right, guys?
Right.
Yep. Bug hunt.
Never goes wrong.
Nothing goes wrong. And let me just tweet about this on, let's see here. Google Hangouts. We have 3 players together, so let's go ahead and introduce our team. We have Jeff, who is playing...
I'm playing Roy Ramirez. He's 47. He's been with SOCOM, and then so through the first Special Forces group into Blue Fly. He's probably been with them for quite a while at this point, or pre-programmed. And he continues doing this because his other option is basically training details.
Yeah. Next up, we have Noah.
I am playing Felix Turner, a physician. He is a former military medic turned trauma surgeon who is just, he's tagging along in case anything really bad happens and he has to staple some people back together.
Also, in part of your Blue Fly mission is obviously there are occasionally biological samples, or which could include what would look like people, but they assure you it's a specimen, not a person. So you are often called to secure or examine them to make sure that they remain intact, quote unquote, before they get to the site. So and then finally we have Tim.
Hi, tonight I'm playing John Sherman, lieutenant with the Navy SEALs. He is a young one, only 24, and he has seen no weird shit yet. So somebody has to be the new guy.
We got ourselves an FNG for tonight's ride. That's going to be
So, by the way, have you guys chosen adapted to violence, I would hope, for your backgrounds?
I quite deliberately did not choose adapted to violence.
Ooh, nice.
Neither did I.
Okay. So just keep that in mind when you have to make checks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Just posting the link on Facebook. So all 3 of you are familiar with the rules of Delta Green, so we don't need to go over that. Or does anyone have any questions on that? Okay, good. Let's see here. All right, Coral Nomad. So the security director, Oaks, is a very severe woman who is in charge of your detail, and she is giving you a briefing over radio. You are at an air base in somewhere in the Midwest. We'll just say Iowa. And you are to. This is a playtest scenario, by the way. I have not figured out all the details yet. I wanted to see if the main structure of the scenario works before I do that. So your mission is a typical thing. You're going to be helicoptering. It's about a 90-minute flight from the airbase to a private airfield at the edge of a small city of about 100. The city itself has about 50,000 people, and this is a private airfield, mostly used for Cessnas, of recreational flyers and flight instruction. Crop dusting because it's Iowa. Very, very. Not many people will be there. It's relatively isolated, but you are to meet there a Delta Green agent or agents, and to take whatever they give you and return back to base with it. Let's see here. You use a challenge and response. The challenge is firewood, and the response is staircase. And secure any materials that they have. If they should not be hazardous, but obviously guard them with your life. Minimize any evidence of your presence there. Obviously do not do anything shady if there are civilian employees around. Your estimated time of arrival is about 5:15 p.m., an hour before dark. So there should not be any, but you never know. If anyone asks questions, this flight has been cleared as a training mission for the, let's see, I believe the Air Force Pararescue unit. And are there any questions?
Equipment. What can we bring?
You have your standard kit. If I would assume your standard kit would be similar to what would be a Kevlar vest, Kevlar body armor, 3 armor points, a long rifle of your choice, probably some sort of AR, some sort of assault rifle or submachine gun if you want. You could also have a sidearm. Let's see here, survival knife, and you would probably have military grade night vision goggles, but those would be stowed in the helicopter. The medic obviously has a first responder, paramedic bag, or I didn't even look at your sheet per se. Did you actually put your equipment down, Noah?
Yeah, some of it. So I'm using a character I got from Glancy at Gen Con.
Yeah.
So I've got a sidearm Kevlar vest, ID badge, tactical light, radio, and a first responder duffel bag.
Yeah. Sounds perfect to me. You also have the radio, secure encrypted radios with a little
the throat mics.
Yeah, throat mics. Sorry, I was trying to look for it. Was there anything unusual that you would want?
Do we have suppressors for the rifles?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the only other question is a silencer for a pistol.
You would have them, but they would not be normally on.
Yeah, like it's not already on it, but we have them if we need them.
They would be stowed in the helicopter normally, or I guess you could have them in your bag. So
I would pocket mine if I could.
Yeah. So yeah, your 3 points of armor. It would include helmets, so that includes headshots. So that's good. And is there anything else anybody wants? Your helicopter would have standard equipment too. Rope for fast roping down. That's just kept there as a standard thing. Flares, other kind of standard kit. But yeah, is there anything unusual?
Grenades?
Grenades. What kind of grenades?
Smoke.
Smoke, yes.
Sure.
Easily.
Flashbang?
Flashbang. Yeah. I'd say each of you could have 3 grenades on your 3 smoke and or flashbang grenades on your person without having to make any checks. If you want anything else, that would probably be a bureaucracy or a military science check to justify why you need explosives in you're operating in the continental United States.
There is one that I will ask for.
Okay.
Just looking. Yeah, I got a demolitions of 50.
Mm-hmm.
I would like 2 white phosphorus grenades.
Okay. You can roll bureaucracy or military science to make the case.
I'm going to go with military science.
Okay. Do you want me to roll?
Of course. Yeah, it's more fun when I
am using sharp edge dice from
so, sharp edge dice, you say?
Yes, they are sharp edged.
Truly random.
I paid like $4 for these. So
Are you using the Easy Roller Dice Cup?
No, I am not. That's up front. I am just rolling on the Delta Green RPG book, and I rolled a 98.
So they're like, not only should you not have asked for those,
hell no.
but we're going to be looking.
Well, it's not a critical failure. Yeah, but no white phosphorus grenades. For you.
How about thermite for material destruction?
Oh, that's a good one. What do you want to
Ask
roll
for the
with?
white phosphorus? But I'm glad it's you asking.
Military science. I got a 60.
All right. That makes it 43.
right.
See, it's really random. So with that, you could have additional. I would probably say 3. Yeah, 3 thermite charges or 3 thermite grenades. I mean, if you're gonna need to use more than that, that's you have other problems.
Well, by then we're calling in air support. And
Yeah, which is going to be really fucking hard because again, you're in Iowa. Anything else?
I think that's about it. Like, we don't know what we're going up against. If we can find out anything more about the team that we're meeting.
Nope.
Like how many of them there were supposed to be.
They don't know.
Yeah, they just said an agent or agents. Okay, I was just wondering if they knew the original number of agents that might be there.
Well, you don't need to know that. They compartmentalize things.
Well, if there were 3 and 5 show up, that is a good indicator that it's a different kind of operation.
If they have the right, yeah, you have your orders. You've been on missions like this before.
It's nice to know that it's no different than the regular organization. It's good.
What do you mean? You get a helicopter? Like,
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have a cover story. You're on a training mission.
Get to the disaster faster.
Yeah. So, all right. So you all helicopter over. You can work out your plan on the way over. You don't know if the agent's going to be there waiting for you, if you're going to have to wait for them. They said, so yeah. You assume it's probably going to be someone not wearing, not obviously an employee of the airfield, but you don't know for certain. So, do you want to discuss your plan, or you just, wait, touchdown, and see what happens?
My character has no idea how these usually go, so he's like, "Is this normal?" I mean, knowing next to nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Welcome to the program, kid.
Oh God.
All right. So let's see. So who's my other gun? Like, what's your name? I missed it.
Oh, I'm Turner. I'm the medic.
Yeah, and then and who's the other gun bunny?
I'm Sherman.
Sherman. Right. Okay.
Yeah, you are short-handed. There should have been an extra gunman with you, but
yeah, well, and
weird.
I'd be less concerned about that if I knew how many people I was meeting. So Sherman, are you a people person?
Metagame wise, no, I didn't choose the people person. No, my specialty is killing people.
Yeah, no, that's a good specialty to have.
Yeah.
What about you, Doc?
I have some bedside manner.
Yeah, you're a decent judge of character.
No, not really. I know how to put people back together.
All right, when we get to the site, Sherman, I want you to set yourself up a little ways away from us and keep an eye out for anybody who's watching us or anybody who's, I don't know, lining up to put holes in us.
Understood.
Doc, you're going to take possession of the sample. I'll challenge and respond with the agent. Work for everybody?
Sounds good.
Works for me.
Okay, and then if we're outnumbered, Sherman, start with the ones on the right, and I'll work on the ones on the left.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. And don't shoot until I start shooting, or they start shooting. Don't, just don't make a mess. And with that, we'll wait.
All right. By the way, your carbines or your rifles do a D12 damage, lethality 10% on bursts, armor piercing 3. So, looking at page 97 in the GG book for rules. Thermite, we'll just do I'll say 30%
narrative damage.
No, it does 30% lethality, but it's actually thermite it just melts down. I mean, there's no area damage. It's just whatever you set it on, it takes 30% lethality.
The engine block isn't so blocky anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And there are rules to use athletics for flashbangs. By the way, what are you taking? Are you taking flashbangs or smoke grenades?
I took 2 smoke and a flashbang.
Okay. Noah?
I'll take 2 flashbangs and a smoke.
Okay. And that only leaves.
I'll have a flashbang, a smoke, and a thermite.
Okay. I'll say you could have the 3 thermite in addition to your 3 smoke and or flashbangs. You made your roll, so you can have up to 3 thermite in addition to the smoke and the flash.
All right. Probably leave them in the chopper.
Yeah. So you touch down at 5:15. You have 2 pilots with you. You know they're going to stay at the helicopter. It's not going to. They're going to leave it running essentially, because ideally this should only take a minute. So who's going out first?
We're just picking up the groceries. I'll go out first.
Okay.
And take a look around.
Exit the helicopter. There was no one on the airfield immediately, except, let's see here. What is your alertness?
1 second. Not enough screen real estate. 50.
50. All right. All right. You do see someone. Actually, no, that's an 8, not a 3. So, yeah, you don't see anybody outside. But as you land, you do see a door at an adjacent building open up, and a man in a disheveled suit holding a briefcase comes out. Let's see, Nowhere, you're coming out next, I assume. I'm sorry, Felix Turner is coming out next.
Yes.
But what's your alertness?
40.
40. And yeah, you just see the man in the disheveled suit, with the briefcase coming out, and then finally, let's hear John Sherman. What's his alertness?
70.
70. Well, he sees in the distance. There's another airfield. This airport has 2 airfields essentially, and one of them on the other distance, you can see someone working on a Cessna. He's pretty far off, and
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Is this Curtis?
This is Curtis, yes. Sorry.
Hi, Curtis.
Did I get the time wrong? I may have gotten the time wrong.
You did. It was we started a little while ago, but fortunately, the first scene's about to start happening, so
Right.
you could just say.
Oh, God. Wait, hold on. Oh, damn it. Where are my dice? Where are my dice?
I can roll for you. I have dice, so don't worry about that. I did pull up your character sheet, Katie Svet. So Katie is on a helicopter at a private airfield in Iowa right now. Your mission is to pick up some specimens or something from a team of Delta Green agents. They're going to hand off. That they're going to meet you at the airfield. That's the mission so far.
Gotcha.
And so your alertness is 80. So I'll roll for you. Yeah, you see there are 2 people in the airfield. In the distance, you can see someone in a mechanic's jumpsuit working on a Cessna, way far off. But you also see up close at a building adjacent to the airfield the helicopter's landing in is a mechanic, is a person in a business suit getting out. Looks very disheveled, middle-aged man in his 40s or 50s. Looking very wary, very, very strained, carrying a briefcase. He was walking towards you as you disembark from the helicopter. So I believe Noah and Jeff's character were approaching the man. Tim's character, John Sherman, was just sort of on Overwatch. And Curtis, I'll just say Katie is probably on Overwatch too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. So, let's see here. Turning to, Jeff's character, Roy Ramirez, and Felix Turner, Noah's character. The 2 of you are approaching the man. Looks like he's had bad days, a few bruises on his face. His hands are pretty dirty. And he's carrying a briefcase. So he walks up to you, says, he yells out to you as you're approaching. Oh, thank God you're here. Look, just take this back. It needs to be secured immediately.
in between breaths, I'm going to, I'll give him the challenge. So like, firewood.
Look, I didn't get the briefing. They didn't tell me. Look, I was brought on at the last minute. You have to believe me that this is look.
Human? To read him.
Sure. What is your human?
Pretty good actually on this character. He's kind of a people guy. Now I just got to find my sheet again. 80.
80. Oh wow, yeah, that is pretty good. All right. This is going to be a okay. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. He is very much lying. You actually notice also he had those stains on his hand aren't dirt. They're that's dried blood. And so wait, you have demolitions too, right?
I do.
All right.
I have it at 50.
50. Okay. Wow, you made a skill check on that too. The wind shifts and you're downwind of the man, and you get a faint smell that is.
Do I smell Semtex?
You do.
Okay, I'm gonna motion for everyone to. Oh, I have to do two things at once here.
Yeah, you get to do one thing. What is that thing? What is your dex?
A Rossian bargain. 15 actually.
15. Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna draw.
Felix, what is your dex?
My dex is 11.
11. Okay. So, Roy, what is your action?
I'm gonna draw and put 2 into him.
All right. What is your firearms?
I'm also going to yell bomb.
Okay.
My firearms is 60, 70.
70. By the way, the reason why you get this, you roll a fucking 55 on your.
I crit success on the.
Nice.
You critically succeeded. All right. Yeah. So let's take a look. And your character. This is going to be a normal check because he's obviously expecting trouble. You're not getting. And that is a hit, but he is going to try and dodge. And he does dodge, actually. He jumps out of the way, dropping the briefcase. It lands nearby. This happened when you got about. He was yelling, so I would say, but you had to be close enough that you could actually read him and see that it was blood on his hands. So probably, yeah, it's a ways from the helicopter. I would say probably about 20 feet away. So hold on, Noah's actually get taxed next because he's closest.
Oh, right, yeah.
So Felix, what are you doing?
So did he hit with the shots?
He dodged out of the way. The man in the business suit dodged. Yeah, he rolled a higher on his dodge roll.
Okay. Let me do a burst so I can get that lethality on him.
Yeah. What's your firearms?
40%.
40. Nope. Those shots go wide.
Okay.
So meanwhile, people who are outside, you were farther away. So now you can react. Well, actually, Curtis, we'll have you act first. Katie sees the man drop the briefcase. It's probably about 15 feet. Yeah. You heard the word bomb. You didn't hear all the details. But yeah, the guy in the business suit dodges out of the way as one of your fellow team members opens fire on him.
All right. So we're here to get the briefcase, and I've got athletics 80, so I think I'm going to try to get that.
Well, okay. You want to grab the briefcase?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Let's see here. 32. Yeah. You run the distance. Let's take a look at your character. All right. No. You easily grab the briefcase. You make it. So Katie runs out, picks up the briefcase, and starts running away with it. Let's see here. Next,
Katie, are you running back toward the helicopter or away from the helicopter with that?
Oh yeah,
towards the helicopter.
Towards the helicopter. All right.
Towards the helicopter.
Let me know when I can interrupt, Rob. I'm waiting my turn.
No, that's fine. It's combat, one action at a time. Finally, we have Tim. John, what is John Sherman going to do?
Well, I already saw Boss try to plug that guy. I'm going to try to plug him too.
Sure. What's your firearm skill?
80.
Are you going to single shot or burst?
Burst.
Okay. It's a 17, and he can't dodge anymore because, actually, I think, his dodge actually applies to all attacks. I did read on the forums.
I think if he's dodging, but I think, don't you roll for each contest?
No, I think it stands for the whole thing. At least that's what I was reading on the Delta Green email list a little while ago. And he rolled a 47, which beats your 19 as well. So let's see here. A roll to dodge opposes all hand-to-hand attacks. Oh, hand-to-hand attacks.
And lets your agent duck behind cover to evade all range attacks that turn.
Yeah. But he needs to have cover.
I would say, he obviously made the dodge check. I would say there are some convenient crates nearby.
Damn, you waste high cover.
Yep. You waste high cover.
So now it's suppressive fire, I guess.
So he is suppressed. So new round. Let's see here. Roy gets stacked first.
Okay.
We'll keep the same initiative.
Waving at Katie with my offhand. That's the fucking bomb, Sweat. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to move to deny our guy cover.
Okay. What's your athletics?
That's probably all I can really get away with this round. Athletics is 60.
60. All right.
Yeah.
You get a 5. You run. You flank him. You can make a firearms attack at -20.
I absolutely will do so.
All right. Let's see. What was your firearm base?
70. So
70.
This will drop me to 50.
All right, that hits. And wait, was that a single shot or a burst?
It's a single shot because I'm just using the pistol.
Okay. He is just going to take it because he is drawing his pistol and he's just going to shoot back at you if he lives.
I was hoping to drop him.
Yeah.
When I first drew the pistol. So.
You did shoot him. You shoot him in the chest. He staggers. He lumps up against it, but he's not quite dead.
Yeah,
so he's going to try and shoot you as well.
I have more bullets.
He does have, and he gets a 41 on his shot, and you already acted.
Yeah.
And you don't have cover because I'm a jerk. So
no, that's fine.
And so his D10. You just take 1 point of damage. As it, your
is that after? Is that after?
That's after. Yeah.
Okay. So
randomly.
Yep.
Okay.
So next up, Felix.
I'm going to, I guess, do the same things. Move around and take a shot.
All right, you easily make the cover, so then your shot. You hit. Oh, were you doing single shot or burst?
Let's do burst.
All right. This is lethality. Lethality is a 10% for you. And you rolled a 1. So you kill him. You kill him real good. So next up, Katie, what are you doing?
All right. There are 2 other guys, right?
Yeah, there are a total of 4 of you out there. You made your observation check a while ago. You can see there is someone running away on the airfield. It's that mechanic who is working on the Cessna, who seems to be running towards the traffic control tower. And your teammate has just told you that the briefcase is the bomb.
I put down the briefcase gently.
Okay.
And then I run after the running guy.
Okay. I'll give you another athletics check. You get a 30. You're not totally caught up with him. It was a long distance, but you're making some gains. Let's see here.
Now I'm going to check what my melee is or unarmed combat is because I'm probably going to have to use that at some point. When I catch him.
Yeah. You can try and persuade him to stop running, or you can try to.
He was a civ. Like he's not one of the people we're supposed to meet. He's one of the people we're supposed to keep from figuring out that anything crazy is going on.
Next up, Tim is the only one who hasn't acted yet. What are you gonna do?
Am I near the helicopter?
Yeah, if you want to be.
All right, I'm gonna retrieve the night vision goggles from the helicopter.
Okay. You go inside the helicopter. The pilot's in. What the fuck's going on?
It's gone to shit. Be ready to dust off.
Okay. They're still on standby, looking around quite nervously. All right, new round. We'll keep the same order. Roy, what are you gonna do?
Using the throat mic, I take it I can talk to the pilot
Mhm.
as well as part of the team. I'm going to ask the pilot to put me through to headquarters, basically.
Okay.
I'm just going to give a really quick report. Team compromised, enemy agent in the field, had to use lethal force, use lone wolf story to cover casualty.
Okay. All right. That's all you can do. You're reporting in.
I tried to keep it as short as possible.
No, that's perfectly fine. The pilots are definitely gonna work on contacting base. Felix.
I'm gonna search his body.
Okay. Do you have search as a skill?
I have 40% in search.
All right. All right. Well, immediately you find a bloody Garrett in his pocket, with bits of tissue on it. You can also see the sort of his feet have the bottom of his shoes have bloodstains on them that are more recent. And you look back to the building he came out of. You can see the little very light bloody footprints.
Oh, this guy's been busy.
Yeah. So it looks like probably he killed somebody who was inside that building. Let's see here. Let's see here. So that's what you can get with a 1 round search.
Okay.
So it's sort of there's not a lot. It took more time to keep searching the body. You haven't opened up his clothes to see if he has any weird tattoos or anything. You haven't. Yeah. So that's.
I have surgery at 80%. I can open up him.
Yeah. That's an option.
You're not going to learn a lot in 1 round.
That'll help with the writings on the inside.
He's wet inside.
Curtis, you're still chasing after the mechanic, right?
I mean, I didn't realize he was just a civ when I was chasing after him. So,
No, it's a good choice.
This is a covert program. You're supposed to cover up any evidence of your actions.
Yeah.
So
yeah, okay. I keep going after him.
Yeah. The other thing is you can try and yell at him if you have a social skill like persuade. But yeah.
I don't think I do. I've got human's not for that. It's for reading people.
Yep.
My persuade's at 40. I could give it a shot, but
well, you could give it a shot. But you're for this round, I'll just say you're running. You roll the 71. You make your athletic check. You're really close to him now. So next round, you can either yell at him to tell him to stop or tackle him. But you'll be able to do either one next round. Next up, John Sherman. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna pull a duffel bag with our remaining grenades, extra ammo, off the helicopter, and I'm gonna start running towards the main group.
Okay. They're clustered around the crates where the cultist was shot. And let's see here. So this will be the last round once we resolve the mechanic issue, at least for now. So, Roy.
Okay, can I see Katie chasing the mechanic?
Yes.
Okay, Katie, you got to bring him back here. He's got to be debriefed.
All right, Katie, you get that. You get that message.
Oh, actually, talk to him, tackle him. I don't care. Bring him back.
Okay. So let's see here. What else do you want to? Yeah. So you're talking to her. Felix, what are you going to do?
I'm going to continue searching.
Okay. And all right, you do very well. Let's see here. You find it looks like a smashed SIM card in another pocket, like from a cell phone. So
hold on, I need to take something.
Okay. So let's see here. So you do that, but you realize that's about all you can do with this body right now. There's nothing else on him. You had a pistol, a Garrett, and the bomb briefcase, which no one has dealt with and is sitting out there.
Yeah.
Was the briefcase, was it like a business briefcase, or was it like a durable aluminum case?
Business, like a cheap business kind of thing.
I'm waiting for my next action.
So let's hear. Katie, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. Do you want to tackle the guy?
Yeah, I'm going to tackle the guy.
You're much better at tackling than
Unarmed.
talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
With a 16, you
do what you're good at.
With the 16, you easily tackle him. He goes to the ground. You put him in an arm bar. He just is whispering to you, "Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me!" Yeah. By the way, everyone should make a sand check because you are all in a life or death situation. Let's see here. 77. Does that succeed or fail, Roy?
That's a fail.
It is a fail. All right. You take 1 from violence.
I'm always deeply upset by violence.
Yep. Well, you almost got ambushed and killed, and that bomb almost made it on.
Yeah, there might be some cleaning up to do after all this, but you know what? I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. If I can, I'm going to wave the helicopter off about another 50 yards away from the bomb.
Okay.
We're not going to leave it there, but we're not going to deal with it right now.
Okay. All right, so you can do that. So, but first we almost skipped over. Let's see, John. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna have you give me an alertness check. Oh yeah, you failed. Well, I mean, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't see anything unusual. What are you gonna do?
That was John.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna run towards the main group. So athletics.
Yeah, no, you can get there. It's pretty close. So you're with the main group now. You're standing in front of the body. At this point, the pilot is like, I'm patching you through. I'm patching the HQ through. So you hear the director's voice. She is very monotone. New orders. You were to search the entire airfield for any signs of anything, for anything that could compromise us. You're to take any bodies with you. You are to destroy evidence, any and all evidence of this incident. If you find anything that may be from another one of our agents, you're to take photographic proof. There is a burner phone that the pilots have. They will hand to you. They will, and then you'll send it to the pre-programmed address and we can verify if that is indeed one of our people or not. You are to see if there's any evidence of the actual package. I will attempt to find out what happened to the team if anyone else is surviving. But the main thing is to make sure that we have no leakage, that there's no evidence that anything happened here.
All right, so
we're out of combat now.
Yeah.
The mechanic is brought back. Katie has him in an arm bar. He is clearly terrified.
Yeah. Did we all hear that, or just me?
You all heard that. It was patched through to all your throat mics.
Okay.
Or your headsets. Sorry.
All right. So as Katie brings the mechanic back, I'm going to walk up. I've holstered my pistol. I'm just going to throat mic. I'm going to throat mic Turner. I'm going to be like, get that fucking body out of sight. I'll walk up to the mechanic. I'll smile. I'll be like, sir, you must be pretty concerned at the moment. He says, I'll say, you're familiar with the words national security, right?
Yeah, I am.
This is a national security matter. Now, very fortunately, we were able to interrupt what this fellow was up to in time. I'm just going to need you to step over to the helicopter, sir. Okay, we're going to take you back to the base for a debriefing.
I'm not going to Gitmo, am I?
Huh? No, you're not going to Gitmo. No, we're just going to, no, but I'm not the kind of guy who gets to ask the questions, right? So some suit's going to ask you a bunch of questions, and then you're going to be sent home. Right? There may even be a citation in it for you. Who knows?
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go and roll persuade for you.
80.
Yeah. You're
should
very
probably,
persuasive.
you should probably confiscate his phone. I just probably.
I will just shake my head sadly when I hear that you should confiscate his phone.
So you're dealing with that. I'll just keep going next in the same order. Felix, what do you want to do?
Would I have like maybe like a body bag or something like that in my
Yeah.
my kit? Yeah. So let's bag the guy,
Mhm.
and keep him, and then load him into the helicopter as well.
All right.
Keep in mind our orders are to destroy all of the evidence.
You are to take bodies back with you.
Oh, we are to take bodies back with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Other evidence would include, I don't know, video, security cameras.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. So Felix is taking care of the body. Katie, what do you want to do? You have the guy, the mechanic. You can lead him back to the helicopter for free.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm going to do. I'm just going to lead him back to the helicopter.
Okay. So he's terrified. He's not going to leave the helicopter unless he's ordered to. He is very docile. He just wants to help his country out, and doesn't want to be shot or thrown into prison, a black site forever. So
He's not going to get shot or thrown into a black site forever.
Maybe this guy watched a lot of 24.
I can assure him of that very, very truthfully. He will not get shot or thrown into prison.
So he's waiting. Let's see here.
I mean, Matt, you don't know what they're going to find out about the guy.
All right. So, John, what do you want to do?
I ask the more experienced operatives. What about that bomb that is on an uncertain timer?
I'm pretty well rated on demolitions. Anybody else here familiar with them?
I am.
I am not.
Okay.
I've got it at 40. Or rather, I'm all right with it. I've had experience.
Yeah.
You should probably leave it to. Probably, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll take care of it.
You're better than 40?
I'm 60.
Okay. All right. So, all right, Sherman, you think you can take care of that bomb?
Hope so.
Okay. We're probably going to need that Semtex. Sweat, Sweat, you got the mechanic secured?
Yeah, he's in the helicopter. Doesn't look like he's going to be leaving.
The pilots can watch him too, so he won't bolt.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll quietly throat mic the pilot. Like, if he does anything, paint the inside of your chopper, and I'll friggin' pay back.
You just get a long sigh.
Yeah. What? Because it's your first day. All right. So Sweat and Turner, and I, while Sherman's working on the bomb, because this conveniently puts us farther away from it. I want us taking a look for security cameras that would have had an angle on us, and approaching that building that he came out of, which is probably where we're going to find more of a mess that we have to clean up, right?
Logically. All right. Yeah, you do see for free. You don't have to make the alertness check to see security camera. Yes, there are security cameras. There are 3 buildings. There's a hangar across from you. There's the warehouse right next to you, and then there's an air traffic control tower at the far end of that's where the mechanic was running to.
Yeah.
And that's where the parking lot is. So that seems to be the exit of the airfield. So it's a very small airport.
There are a lot of vehicles in the parking lot?
There are 3.
Okay. You know what?
Is there any point in disconnecting the cameras now? I mean, they've already seen us.
No.
But they might see
We're recovering the tape.
Right. Yeah.
If there is any, the tapes or the hard drives, right? We were never here. If I have to, I'll burn this whole place to the ground. But we were never here.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So how about this? Turner and Sweat, you guys check out the building.
There are 2 Timothys now.
I said Turner.
No, the call itself, there's 2. It's just
neat.
Yeah.
It's
fine. I'm not. They're both paying Patreon, so.
Has the fall begun? Is Google just randomly duplicating us? And
so, and it was actually, Tim, are you there? Tim? Nope.
Yep, I'm there.
Oh, you are there. Okay, good. I kind of want to see what happens with this bomb thing first, to be honest.
It could go very badly wrong.
It could go very bad. So you guys, I'll say
you
guys do get outside of the bomb, the blast radius,
and the chopper.
And the chopper, it picks up a little and lands further away.
Got you covered, Sherman.
Yeah, it's just practical. So Sherman, how do you want to do this? It's just a briefcase lying there.
God, letting it blow up is not.
You do have thermite. You could easily, with an athletics check, throw the thermite right on the briefcase, and that would cause it to detonate. And that's just that. And if you fail the athletics check, that just means you missed with a thermite. You have 3 thermites, so you get 3 chances of that. And that would be the safest. If you want to disarm, like, one thing is, I'll give you a skill bonus if you get it. Well, basically, if you can guess or determine what the triggering mechanism is that a timer? Is it something else? If you guess correctly, you get a plus 20 bonus. If you guess incorrectly, it's a negative 20 penalty, and I won't tell you until after you roll.
Can he just not guess and not get a bonus?
That's rolling a base. So that's if you want to, so you can either guess what the triggering mechanism is, or you can throw thermite on it, or if you have other ideas to deduce what it is or isn't, you are free to do that. There are other, let's see here, what other skills do you have that might be helpful? Do you have any other technological skills that sort of complement demolitions? Lieutenant Sherman, there we go.
Electrical or mechanical repair?
That would give you insight into that. Actually, I'll give you a military science roll. That's at 60%, right?
Yep.
All right. Or actually, SIGINT. No, you don't have SIGINT, but you do have military science. SIGINT would be the one I was thinking of. But you do make a military science land check. You do know about IEDs. And you know that IEDs frequently emit radio signals because they're waiting to or they emit cell phone signals, essentially, because that's a common thing used to detonate them. So I would say for free that this does not have with your the kit that you have available with you, you're able to determine that it is not broadcasting any radio or cell phone signals, at least from within inside the case.
And the guy didn't have a command detonator.
It was not found on him. That doesn't mean someone else might not have had one who was watching nearby. You haven't cleared the field yet. You haven't checked all the buildings. There might be someone observing you right now who has their finger on the button.
Might be worth giving the dead guy a more thorough check over.
Felix already searched him as thoroughly as you can do in the field outside of, literally autopsying him. So yeah, Felix made 2 successful search checks on him.
Right.
So either someone, so it's not there's not a cell phone in there. There's not or at least an active cell phone. So you can rule that out. But there could be some sort of direct radio trigger that it's just waiting for a signal for something else, or a timer, or
it could be rigged to blow up when you open it.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's another thing that it could do. So if you want to make that an assumption about how it works, then you can get that potential bonus or penalty, or you can just roll straight up if you want to disarm and keep the Simtex and any other evidence that might be left in there, or you could throw thermite at it. So do you want to think about it and we can get back to you, or do you want to make your decision now?
I'm gonna let my boss decide.
Way to pass the buck. All right, that's fine.
All right. Have the buck pulled out of the face.
Well, I do want to get the buildings cleared. I would prefer that Sherman not end up being a fine red mist. With everyone at safe distance from the bomb, the only thing it is a publicity liability. So for the moment, let's get those buildings cleared, secure the other evidence.
Okay.
And then we'll deal with the bomb.
Okay, so you're tabling the issue for now. All right.
Yeah, we'll table the issue for now. Well, I'm not
it's-
passing the buck. I'm still going to make sure and disarm it.
We'll
but
get it
I
on the
just-
way back.
I don't want him to get blown up before people are shooting at me.
All right, fair enough.
It's not going anywhere unless it's going multiple places.
So, who's
It's
going in the
going
warehouse? Are all four of you going in the warehouse?
He said there's 3 buildings. There's a control tower, a hangar, and a warehouse.
Yes. The warehouse is where the business suit guy came out of.
I will
We should
definitely throw.
probably go to the warehouse.
Yeah, I'll throw
Yeah,
the silencer on my pistol, and we should all go to the warehouse to start. But then we'll probably go 2 and 2 with the control tower and the hangar.
All right.
Actually, who's really good with alertness? Sherman, you're
I
pretty
am.
sharp. And so Sweat.
Uh,
Does one of you want to take a post on the roof of the warehouse and keep an eye for anybody who's decided that they suddenly want to leave now that there's uniformed men walking around with guns?
I'd say that should probably go to whoever's better with the gun.
I would say the parking lot is close enough that if anyone starts a vehicle up,
We'll have-
you would hear it with no
Okay.
check necessary.
All right.
If they run, obviously, or they sneak away, that would require skill checks. It is getting dark. It's about 5:30 right now. It's been about 10, 15 minutes since you landed.
Yeah, and we definitely need to hit that control tower quick, but let's do the warehouse fast.
Okay.
Hit the control tower and then deal with it.
It's dark inside. There is a light switch near the door. Do you turn it on?
Chicago's.
Turner, you're going to need light to work, right? But no, let's go in stealthy, night vision first.
Okay.
Then once we're sure there's no one in here who wants to kill us, then we can turn on the lights.
Okay. You can hear for free. You can hear someone sort of panting, like cowering. Just making sort of sounds of fear. Somewhere in the warehouse, they're not immediately visible. You do see a pool of blood in the corner. As you look around a crate, you do see a dead body. It looks like another man in his 50s or 60s, maybe, graying at the temples. And this person and also wearing a suit. This person has been garroted and is kind of a mess. Because, garroted to death.
Yeah.
You go over, let's see here. Between all of you, there's no complications right now. You find the other person. It's another airfield employee in another mechanic suit. This person is clearly sort of cowering in a corner, very scared. So he yells out, "Who's there? Is someone there?"
We do the call response.
What? What about firewood?
All right.
So let's see here. Let's see here. Roy, you're there? Hello?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm here.
Something seems a little off by this airfield employee you found cowering in the corner of the warehouse, but you're not 100% sure why.
That's okay. Other people might object to this, but I'm putting 2 into him with the silence pistol anyway.
All right.
That's a sanity check I don't want to have to take, but
that is.
Yep, I just pop him 2 in the head.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, you lose 3 sanity from that.
Okay.
Everyone else, let's see here. Felix, let's see. What's your sanity?
55.
All right, you also lose 3.
Did I fail that check?
Yes.
Oh, that's 2 failed checks now. So 1 more and I'm adapted. Yay!
Let's see here. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the name of the next. Curtis, what's your sanity?
My current sanity?
Yeah.
Like, as in the current amount of sanity points I have?
Yes.
85.
85. You lose 1. Your teammate just apparently shoots a civilian in front of you. It's disconcerting. Yeah. Let's see here. Finally, John, what's your sanity? Tim?
Hello? Yep. Having some internet issues, I think.
Connection issues? Oh, okay. What's your sanity?
65.
65. I rolled a 69. You lose 3 sanity. As your boss kills another mechanic, apparently.
What do you mean another mechanic? I haven't killed the first mechanic yet.
Oh yeah, sorry. He only killed. This is the first mechanic he's killed.
As far as we know.
Yeah, as far as you know. Let's see here. So yeah, you've killed him. He was cowering off in the corner, near some mechanics. I don't know what you call those things where you store tool storage drawers, and there's a toolkit near them and that kind of thing.
Yep. Okay. Now, is that all that? Like, we've done a fairly thorough search of this place. There's a body and a dead mechanic.
You haven't searched the building yet. I assume you searched the body. Here's what you find. You do find a burner phone on it. It appears to be damaged, but it does well. It looks the screen is cracked, but it looks like it's still on.
Does he have Picky Eater? I love that app. No, sorry.
Yeah, it's still on. It does have a lock screen on it though.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see here. That's looks like the other stuff has been taken from him. You don't see anything else on him. Oh, actually, no. There's an FBI badge saying his name is, Agent Gary Stevens.
Is that on the mechanic or on the suit?
Suit.
Okay, so suit's got the FBI ID. Mechanic had the burner phone.
No, everything was on the FBI agent. Mechanic, You haven't searched the mechanic yet. You searched the mechanic.
I will search the mechanic.
Yes.
All right, you searched the mechanic himself. What is your search skill?
Oh, search skill. I thought it was going to be alertness. Hold on. Search.
Third
Hold
column.
on. I'm at base 20.
Somebody better.
All right, you searched the mechanic, Katie, and you don't find anything on him except a wristwatch, and his hands. Let's see here. So you find that as, someone else can search him, I guess, if you want.
I'll search him.
All right. What's your search at?
40.
40. All right. You searched around him, not just the mechanic himself, but the tool chests and toolkit by him. And you open it up and you find a sawed-off shotgun in the toolkit.
All right. I'll take that.
With a pistol grip. So, sort of taped up, double-barreled sawed-off.
Hey, look what I found. Oh.
Yeah. But that's all you find, at least in this building. So
Well, that's going in the report.
Okay, so we go through the rest of the building. We haven't found anything else?
Typical stuff that you would find in a warehouse at a small airfield, parts and tools, nothing else. So, yeah.
Flammable cleaners, things like that?
Yeah.
Good, okay. That'll be important later. All right, so what do you think, guys? Hangar or tower, or do we split?
I'd say tower probably.
We should probably have somebody, at least one person, head over to the radio control tower and.
Yeah, and if the security tapes are being broadcast when you're in the building, and probably anywhere in the vicinity, it'd probably be in the control tower.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah. So okay, let's go. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about all of us going to the tower, right?
Yeah. How about just me and you head over there, and then.
All right. So Turner and I'll head for the tower. Sherman and Sweat, you guys go and check out the hangar.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
For the record, last night I filled in motivations for Katie, and one of them is protect the rookie. And I think Timothy has characterized themselves as the one who's newest to Delta Green.
Yeah.
So that might come up.
All right. So let's do the hangar first. That's closer. So,
pardon me, Ross. I'm just going to go AFK for a minute. So
Sure.
that's probably perfect.
So Katie, you and let's see here. John, right? Head off to the hangar. It's a short walk. It's getting dark. It's dusk right now. The pilots have slowed down the helicopter, so they're not using as much fuel, but they're still, the blades are still whirring. Let's take a look here. The side door is locked. And you could try the main hangar door. That main hangar doors themselves are closed, but the side door that you see is locked. So what do you want to do?
All right. Could you describe the whole hangar building for me?
If at least from the side you're seeing, it's not like a huge hangar. It would be, the kind of hangar that they would use for small propeller planes, like Cessnas and that kind of thing. It's just on a blank, on a flat concrete, field essentially, or surface. It's a small airport. This is a small airfield used for crop dusters and people learning how to fly and recreational flyers. So you might, judging from what you know about these kind of buildings, there might be a side door on the opposite end of the building. A side door on each of the two sides, and then the main hangar doors themselves. The main hangar doors.
It's probably best to check the other side door.
Okay, so
I feel like opening the hangar doors is just going to let everyone in the anyone who might be in the hangar know we're coming, and it's best if we do this a bit carefully.
That's true.
Hold on a minute. I'm gonna jam my knife into the door jam.
Okay.
What
skill are you using? Hello, Tim? Can you hear me?
I don't know. Yeah, I can hear.
What skill is that to try and pop open the lock?
I don't want to pop open the lock. I want to make sure nobody goes out that door while we're checking.
Good thinking.
All right. Yeah, you easily jam it up. No one's going to be able to use that until they remove it. So the two of you walk over to the other side. It takes you a couple minutes. It'll take you a couple minutes because you have to walk around. You're walking in front of the hangar doors, right? At this point, that's the quickest way to get to the opposite side of the building. And once you're on the opposite side of the building, you won't be able to see the helicopter or anything in that part of the airport because you're literally be at the edge of it. You can see behind you there's a cornfield, because again, Iowa. Farmland.
Burn that field. Burn it now.
So they're walking across the hangar, trying the other door. Meanwhile, so Roy and Felix are walking to the air traffic control tower. The lights are on, but you can see there are street lights, outdoor lights that are flipping on as it's just getting dark.
I would like to not be. I would like to practice how not to be seen. Like if we can take a fairly blocked route to get to the.
It's open ground. The only way to.
You bastard.
It's Iowa. It's flat. There's only one circuitous route. You'd have to climb over a fence, cross the road, and there's a drainage ditch on the opposite. There's basically the road that goes along the length of the airfield. The road that sort of accesses this airfield. If you climb over the fence, there's a drainage ditch on the opposite side of the road from you. That's the only cover you can see.
I think speed is better than subtlety here, Turner.
All right.
Yeah.
So
You're both running?
Yeah.
This man needs a lesson in how not to be seen.
Yeah. So I'll give you both athletic checks. Roy, what's your athletics?
60.
60. All right. That's a 13. All right. And Felix, what's yours?
50.
50. All right. Both of you make it. What's your alertness, Roy?
50.
50. All right. Okay. And Felix?
40.
40. Okay. I need to look up a rule.
I'm guessing we're not team perception today.
No, you're not. The perception people were left behind.
Well, maybe they'll do better than we do. We'll see how it goes.
All right. I'm just gonna make a luck roll. Let's see here. Roy, high or low?
Low.
Okay.
Low is good for me.
Low is bad for. Well, I rolled a 98, so I'm just gonna say this is gonna hit you then.
Mhm.
So this is a 22. I rolled a 22 on that. So,
Phew.
yep.
Okay.
That is a. I need to get a D12 out.
Oh god, this is gonna suck.
It is going to suck, and it is going to do double damage actually.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I rolled a 22.
There's a 33% chance that I don't end up dead here.
Here we go. I found it. Let's see here, and it does. Well, that's wow. How many hit points do you have?
Probably not as many as whatever you're looking at right now. I've got 9 and 3 points of armor if the armor matters for this.
Let's see here. Armor does not. It has armor piercing on it.
I figured it might.
Rifle. It's a hunting rifle, a 30-06 kind of thing. So it is just punching right through you. Let's say it does 8 damage actually. Now that I calculate it. You are unconscious, but you're still alive.
I have a hit point.
You have a hit point.
Holy crap. I have a hit point.
Well, that can change pretty quickly.
Yeah, good.
He falls to the ground, Felix. Let's see here. What's your sand right now?
My SAN is 52.
All right, you lose 1. As you know, you see the muzzle velocity. You know that drainage ditch I was talking about?
Might have been the better choice.
Someone was crouched behind there the entire time and watching you guys with the scoped rifle.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it turns out there were 3 cultists. And he took a shot at you and rolled a 22 on his attack roll. So, what are you gonna do, Felix?
There's no cover, right? We're just on open ground running, right?
If you make an athletics, he's using a scope bolt action rifle. If with an athletics check, you could get to cover.
Shit.
If you want to abandon your bud, but you have a rifle out. Wait, what weapon do you have with you?
I figured I would have had my rifle slung across my chest.
So you can. It's already ready. In other words.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can return fire. It's rifle range, and you saw him.
I'm gonna go into a kneeling position and do a burst in his direction.
All right, what's your firearm skill?
40%.
All right, let's see if you're rolling well tonight. You are rolling well, so that is a 15.
Woo!
So that's lethal damage on him. And you rolled a 69, which is 15 points of damage because he is killed by it. You return fire. And
2 for 2. All right.
Yeah.
You're doing all the work.
All right. So here's the really important skill. Can you save your bud's life?
I have
What
first aid at
Hippocratic
90%.
Okay. Well,
At 90?
And I have a medical bag that gives me a plus 20%.
as long as you don't roll 100, then you're fine.
Yes.
Thanks for bringing that up, Ross.
I know. Well, there's always a chance to fail in Delta. So yeah, you do succeed. You get 3 hit points back. Roy. So you're at 4.
Right.
Good job. By the way, Team Hanger, you heard that.
Yeah.
So-
I now have my gun at the ready.
Yep.
You didn't already?
Yeah. Well, you can raise it up to shoot. So you saw the exchange. You're too far away to immediately react. You're near the opposite door, or you could run back to see, or you could talk to your friends, your teammates on the throat mic and find out what's going on.
Throat mic. This is Sweat. Do you need assistance?
Roy is down. Roy is down. Repeat. Roy is down. We need cover out here.
All right, we're coming over. Come on, rookie.
All right, so you abandoned your hangar mission, and you headed back over. You see Roy. As Felix is working on him. Roy, you wake back up.
Yep.
As you had blacked out. You're having a bad day.
Oh yeah, no, I'm having a rough day.
But it's a through and through, and you didn't bleed out. So
it doesn't look like it went through anything that's immediately important.
Yeah. So you get patched back up.
As they're coming over, I'm pointing to the drainage ditch where the guy was.
Okay. So you two.
The drainage ditch.
Yeah, the fence to the airfield is closed, but you can run over to where the gate is, and it's just closed. It's not locked up. You can see there's a chain with a padlock on it nearby, but they haven't locked up for the night yet.
Right.
And you open that up.
And
I steal the chain so they can't lock me out.
Okay. Yeah, you have that, and you head over. The two of you head over to the drainage ditch. There's another man. This one, he's younger, mid-20s, early 30s. Tightly cropped hair, few days
And
growth
hole
of
in him?
beard. He has a scoped hunting rifle. He's wearing camo. He looks like a hunter, or a survivalist. But he took a shot at you guys, and he has been. There are 3 bullet holes in his chest. You search him aside from taking the rifle. After a minute, you do find a business card that says Prospero's Chest, Antiques, Antique and Flea Market, and it has an address, which is a couple of which is somewhere in the nearby town. So you two find that. What do you after searching the bodies? So meanwhile, Felix and Roy, you're both operational again.
Yeah. To team drainage ditch. Haul that body, like wrap it if you can. If you've got a tarp handy, or wrap it in its own coat and stuff, so you don't leave too much of a trace. Drag it back over here so that we can get it onto the chopper when the time comes.
Well, the blood all goes in the drainage ditch, so you don't have to get it.
Well, that part, I just don't want the blood trail across the gravel road to the fence.
Yeah.
It looks like they carried the body this way. So,
yeah, that's fair.
So I'd like to avoid that if we can.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not asking you to like clean them like a deer or anything. Just
Yeah. Good to hear you're up and about. Do I have a top or anything I can wrap him in?
Yeah. You do. I'll say that's pretty easy to have handy between you and John. You two can get the body moved without causing too much blood, or just kick dirt over any blood stains you accidentally drip across the road. It's a gravel road too, so it's not. This is a pretty remote area.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be surgical. It just needs to not be obvious.
So who's going to check out are you guys going to check out the air traffic control tower while they're doing that?
I'm high out of my mind on morphine from his kit. So yeah, absolutely. We're heading for the air traffic tower.
All right.
Yes, I've just been shot. I need to see your security tapes.
I figure this will add to any intimidation I want to put in.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Before immediately counteracting that by the fact that you've just decided to stare off into the middle distance for a while.
Kind of keep losing track.
Trailage rule. Yeah.
You two get in there, and there is a terrified woman who has been by a little security station in there with video cameras, or sort of a reception desk. She says, "Look, I don't want any trouble. My name is Latasha. I work here. Look, whatever it is, I have no problem with you guys. If I will delete, look here, there, you can delete all this stuff. I will tell my boss that the camera's broke again. Please do not shoot me."
I will give her my most winning smile. And I'm sorry, what did she give her name as?
Latasha.
Latasha? Latasha, we have no intention of shooting you. There's been way too much shooting already today. What I am going to do is I'm going to watch her while she's talking. Is she coming off as normal and scared, or is she shifty?
What's your human at?
80.
Yeah, seems to be genuinely scared.
Okay.
In a kind of, oh shit, I don't want to die, and I just saw this happen. You do wonder why she hasn't called the police yet.
Yeah, I'm actually about to ask her about that. Latasha?
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, have you called the authorities?
Okay, I tried, but we don't get cell phone reception out here because Verizon is terrible. And well, that's what I use, and the other problem has been, I tried our phone here. It is dead. It is a dead phone, is what I'm trying to tell you. Unlike me, I do not wish to be dead.
I hear the service out here sucks. One sec, Latasha.
You haven't had to deal with bloody Telstra.
Hey, Team Deer Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys taken care of the guy with the rifle?
They're getting
yep.
loaded in the helicopter.
Okay.
There is another one we have added to the small pile.
Okay. I'm so glad that she can't hear that. All right, Latasha, is there anyone else in this building?
No. Well, did you find
You're taking a really long time to answer, Latasha. Steve, tell me about Steve.
Steve.
She's telling me about Steve. Actually,
well,
why don't you tell me about Steve while you delete that footage for me, please?
Okay, yeah, I'm deleting it right now.
Don't you want to look over the footage first?
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, Turner, you walk her through this. I just want to know who the hell Steve is.
Steve, she points to a photo. He was employee of the month 3 months ago. She says he's a mechanic who's in that warehouse you guys entered in. And he was not there. The guy that you shot, the mechanic, who was wearing Steve's outfit, is not Steve. You don't know where Steve himself went.
Okay. Do you have Steve's employee records, Latasha?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't have him here.
Do you know where Steve lives?
No. There's some lockers in the hangar that might have that stuff in there. He might have his personal stuff there.
All right.
I'll relay that to our compatriots.
Actually, you do remember seeing a ring of keys on Steve's mechanic's outfit. I mean, that was part of his stuff, so you didn't really take note of it earlier.
Right.
Failed strict rolls.
Well, no, I mean, it's just I'm not going to just list every single thing.
Yeah.
It has on.
No.
Like keys.
They weren't significant.
Yeah, they weren't significant. I didn't forget a detail that I should have told you earlier. Shut up. So, let's see here. So you can. So, wait, are you deleting the footage, or are you going to watch it first, or what was it? What was the thing you were doing?
Turner's going to check out the footage from say an hour before we showed up.
Okay.
2 hours before we showed up. Watch it at high speed and then delete everything.
All right. What's your alertness, Turner?
My alertness is 40%.
40?
40, yes.
All right. Oh, you actually make it. All right. Good for you.
Damn.
So Turner, you actually do see the real FBI agent walking. He actually at the parking lot, he gets out of a car, a SUV, holding and 2 other people are get out of the car, and you see they get a push cart or something, and then they put something wrapped in a tarp. Looks pretty long, maybe not quite coffin shape, but like maybe 3 feet wide by 5 feet long, all wrapped and roped up in tarp and on the cart, and the FBI agent pushes it into the warehouse, and in the air traffic control, you can see Latasha is doing paperwork. She is not paying attention to anything, going outside, and the other 2 people in the SUV drive off, and then another car pulls in. 3 people get out, the 3 dead, antagonists you have all now murdered. And one of them goes into the jumps up. Actually, 2 of them help the other guy jump up to one of the windows near the top of the warehouse, that they use for ventilation. He crawls in, and this is the guy that was later in the business suit. He garrots poor Steve the mechanic, and then sneaks up and garrots Steve the Gary,
I think it was.
Yeah, Gary, the FBI agent. Again, playtest scenario. I'm sorry.
No.
And so you see what happened. Essentially, the Delta Green agents were here. The object appears to, you don't know what it is, but it's much larger than what could fit in a briefcase. Once they killed the FBI agent and Steve the mechanic, one agent got it in, they put the object in the pickup truck that they arrived in, and one guy drove off. The other, and then so there were 4 people in the truck originally. 1 drove off with it. 3 remained behind. Yeah.
So at the moment, we've got all the bodies. There's some sign of scuffles and violence.
Yeah. So it looks like the Delta Green agents were tailed to the airfield, waited until the agents separated, and then attacked the lone agent, and then took over the airfield, essentially.
This seems less culty and more like a strong arm robbery of like an artifact, which my guess would be is connected to this frigging business card here.
Yeah.
All right. So here's what we're going to do.
He has a point. License plate make a vehicle.
So you can contact HQ with this information.
Yeah. So we'll give them all of that, and then once Latasha's deleted what's on the cameras,
she deletes it all.
We've done a decent forensic sweep, but we'll kind of double check our math, make sure there's nothing we've left behind except for the bomb in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Do you want to check the lockers?
Check the lockers. Team body retrieval.
And that was probably a good idea. Who's getting the locker?
I'll go grab it.
What's your sanity?
Oh, my san? Oh, yeah. Shit. 51.
51?
Yes.
Well, that is 2 sanity. As you pop open poor Steve's locker and find out what happened to poor Steve.
There's Steve.
He was stuffed into a locker, and in order to fit him in his locker, they kind of broke whatever parts of those bodies that were not in there. So it is real gross.
Tim brings up a good point in the chat. Policing the brass. So any of our spent brass from the more than 0 gunfights we've had in the past 30 minutes.
Since you remember that, you're all special forces types. You can remember where you shot within the last hour, so you can police that brass pretty easily. Actually, you don't have to make any skill checks. Good call. And also cleaning the locker, and so you have 3 bodies. I assume you're taking Latasha as well as.
Latasha. Basically, I'll turn to Latasha, and once she's deleted everything, I'll be like, Latasha, what do the words national security mean to you?
It is very important. I am a patriotic citizen.
And I will walk her out. Well, we're going to have to debrief you. Some suit's going to ask you a whole bunch of questions, and once that's all sorted out, then hell, for all I know, you'll probably be given a citation.
Okay. Well, she is fine. I will not tell anyone.
I am absolutely sure you won't, Tosh.
At this point, an SUV starts driving up to the airfield, taking the gravel road alongside it at a fairly high rate of speed. It is the SUV. It looks like the SUV you saw in the security camera footage earlier that the FBI agent got out of.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay. Actually, that's probably all right. So we've relayed our information to headquarters, but we haven't had feedback.
They're saying we make sure you deal with the explosives before you leave. We are attempting to contact the team in the field. And then, I assume you tell them the SUV is coming up. All right.
We may as well.
Be ready to shoot. They should have if they do not have the challenge and response.
So everybody into cover. and set up
But you must
overlapping
challenge
fire.
them. Do not flee until you have verified who's in that SUV.
Absolutely. No
All right.
problem.
So they just drive through the security gate. You can see at that point a woman gets out. She looks like she's just her demeanor and clothing screams fed to you as well. She has blood on her shirt. And she doesn't appear wounded though. And she remember she has a pistol in hand as she gets out of the driver's seat and puts it on her seat as she's getting out, raising her hands. I am FBI. Do not shoot. So who's approaching her?
I'm not approaching, but from cover,
Okay.
I'll poke my head out and just be like, "Does the word firewood mean anything to you, lady?"
Staircase.
All right, good. And then with that, I'll come out. I've still got my gun on her.
Do you have medical? Do you have a medic with you?
Turner.
Yep.
So I'll limp out if Sweat and Sherman don't mind keeping themselves in cover and being ready to shoot abso friggin' everybody.
Will do.
Yep. I have heavy weapons at 70. Do I have a heavy weapon available?
Yeah, you never got a chance to ask for anything before you left on the mission because you showed up a little late. What kind of heavy weapon? You can make the roll to say you could have stashed something on the helicopter that you've not had time to get until now.
Oh, a saw.
Yeah.
Saw.
Oh yeah,
Saw.
a saw. What? Well, it's up to him. You could ask.
I know.
any number of things like a grenade launcher of some kind or a squad automatic weapon or a rocket launcher. I don't know, whatever his heart desires. Curtis,
like an LMG or something.
Yeah.
A light machine. Okay, I saw. So you can roll military science, which you have at 60%, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, you rolled a 78. They deny your request for a squad automatic weapon for this mission. So you have a carbine, Kevlar body armor with 3 points of armor, and a sidearm and suppressors for both.
Right.
And plenty of ammo, and the throat mic. So Turner, I'll give you another first aid check.
It's 90% plus my 20.
Yep. So that's another use of it.
Yep.
But yeah, this guy, you stabilize this guy. He has been stabbed by something, and he looks quite ill. Like maybe there's some sort of toxic, or he's sick or something. He's got a fever. He's sweaty.
Could I do a pharmacy?
What's your pharmacy at?
70.
You have no fucking idea.
Rub some penicillin in it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. And says we got it went bad. Everything went bad. They
No shit.
Yeah. But if they so you don't have it.
No, we don't have it.
Okay. They're gonna try and thaw it out. We can't let them do that. I think I know where they are. There's an antique.
Crossroads?
Yes. Oh my God, you found
Lady, you're driving. Let's hop in the back.
Oh, first off, what about the explosive?
Oh, you know what?
Pull.
No, we're not blowing that up. We've done a really good job of not turning this place into a fireball just yet. All right, so we need to deal with the explosives, and we may not be back this way. Sherman?
All right.
Guts and glory time.
All right, Sherman, how do you want to do this?
I'm going to suggest don't guess wrong.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah,
roll
thanks.
at base.
Well, if I hit it with thermite,
I
might just take out the detonator.
No.
Yeah, no.
Thermite is not a precise thing. It's going to cause it to explode, but it's in the middle of it's just basically a concrete, a big open concrete space. Like it's just going to make a big hole in the ground. And it's going to make a lot of noise because it's a fucking bomb, but it's not going to hurt anybody, and it's not even like it's just there's going to be why the fuck is there a big hole in our airfield? And I mean not even that hole. Yeah.
Toss it in the cornfield and throw thermite at it.
Well, you have to pick it up and carry it.
Fair enough.
That's going to be.
I mean, I did that earlier. It didn't blow up.
Well, that's because you're kind of adrenaline and you weren't really thinking about it.
I was going to say maybe you were lucky.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Whoever makes it has to make a sand
you.
check.
Do you want to cuddle it for a while? Like,
I do not.
We need to get rid of this and get moving. So my vote is Sherman disarms it because then we can use it.
Yeah. So Sherman, you can.
But I'm risking your life, so
yeah.
You know.
Well, that's the lousy thing about the military chain of command.
That is the one.
All right, I'll do it at base.
All right, you're not making any guesses. All right. All right. It is definitely triggered by opening it. So you give me, let's see here. You fail your sand check as you open it, and you take 2 sand from helplessness.
Okay.
But you made your skill check, so you do disarm it, but it's incredibly stressful to you. And
I am not one of those Hurt Locker adrenaline junkies.
No. But yeah, it was rigged to detonate whenever someone opened the case. There was a tripwire in it. Pretty securely fastened, which is why it didn't blow up when Katie threw it on the ground. But
put it down gently.
You put it down gently, yeah. After running with it. So
yes.
All
right. So once we've got that,
you got a satchel charge essentially.
I'm gonna be you know what? They're gonna want that helicopter back sooner or later, right?
Yep.
I'm going to suggest that the helicopter should probably return to base, at least to refuel, because he's been idling for like an hour and a half now.
More like 40 minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. So he can take off and just tell headquarters there's 2 civilians coming in for a debriefing.
Okay.
I know what'll happen to him. I just don't want to have to do it myself. So
actually, they don't always kill civilians. They are often. They actually do just shut the fuck up. Sign this and never talk about it because they didn't see anything unnatural. As far as you know, you were just shooting terrorists. So,
and that was the other. I was kind of waiting to get a kill order or not. The mechanic was twitchy. You said he was twitchy. I shot him.
Yeah, well, you made the right call at the mechanic. He was a cultist.
Or I could have fumbled my human check and just shot the poor guy.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, if you fumbled it, you'd be like, yeah, definitely. Well, no, if you fumbled it, it'd be like, yeah, he's trustworthy. Yeah, give him a big old
even better. Somebody give him a gun.
Yep.
All right, lady. We got a case full of Semtex and a bunch of automatic weapons. You want to take us on a date?
This mechanic is secretly your commanding officer.
Yeah, there's another agent in there. That treated. He is stable, but he's not doing well. If he doesn't get to a hospital or someplace, actually, you could load him into the helicopter too.
Yeah.
We'll do that. All right. So you load him. You don't know what will happen to him, but you never will. So
you should take that sawed-off shotgun.
I assumed you policed all the weapons. You took all the weapons with you.
Yeah.
No, with us.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you have the sawed-off shotgun. It only has the 2 shells in it.
And a hunting rifle with a scope.
Yep. That has, I'll say, 5 more bullets in it. He only got off 1. And the other guy had a 9mm. The FBI agent's 9mm. And a Blade Garrett. So you can use.
So who's going to be our designated marksman with this hunting rifle?
I'm pretty good.
It is unsilenced and unsuppressed, by the way.
Yeah, and unless we're going to stand back at range in a city of 100,000 people and pick them off as they go in and out while they're thawing out something from beyond space and time, I think this is probably more like close-in work, guys. Silent sidearms.
Yeah. All right. I mean, to be fair, I have no idea about American geography. I'm not American, so.
Oh yeah, no, it's a small.
Iowa is a small flat. It's a flat state. It is farmland for the most part. It is in the Midwest, and it's 100,000 people. So you're going sort of in the edge of the city. So you are going to be near a residential zone. There's going to be like little nice suburban houses, or kind of rundown farmhouses. But there will be people within hearing range. The suppressing weapons will help, especially with pistols. But if there's a lot of gunfire, it's gonna you're gonna get the cops called on you.
Right.
So.
All right.
On the drive over, are you guys doing anything? Talking?
Yeah, I think we should I think first of all we should look up Prospero's chest, figure out
Okay.
what it's about.
With what?
Probably with safe search on with a name like that.
Do you have you don't have a phone on you?
Yeah,
I
not,
don't.
not the kind of job that we bring a phone or a computer on.
Actually, there is a cheap laptop in the back seat. So who wants to use that?
Katie does not.
Okay.
Can we make Lady FBI agent do it?
She is driving.
She should probably be briefing us.
Are you? Oh, so you're going to talk to her and ask her?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So she starts talking, and says, "The thing you need to know. I mean, we use the word thaw, but it's not. It's not in ice. It's the substance itself. God, what did the scientist say? He said it was like crystallized time. I mean, it looks like
Very topical.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it looks it's green. It's like jade. It's like a gem. But it whatever's in there, it's organic. It's not dead. And she starts talking about it, and she's kind of disjointed. So this is gonna be sand checks for everybody, because what the fuck have you gotten into? And who wants to make the first roll?
I'll do that.
All right, that's 100. I rolled for you then. So that's going to be 4 sand. Have you reached a breaking point?
Glad Katie took that.
I've actually got a pretty high breaking
do?
point. I don't take one until I hit 68. So
Okay. So you haven't lost too much yet.
79 now, by the way, I think.
Okay. So it's oh boy, this is sounding better and better. What the fuck is she talking about? She sounds like a crazy person. And you're having second thoughts about this whole mission. Who wants to get the next sand check?
Roy's down to 66.
66. All right. Yeah, no, this is what you'd expect. Yep. So no sand for you. It's just a person. She's probably seen too much. Maybe she's affected by something. You know.
Oh, geez, this is just like that job in Quebec.
Yeah. Who's next?
I'll go.
All right, Tim. What's your sand at?
60.
60. You got 60 exactly.
Woo!
All right. Finally, Turner. Felix.
49 is my sand.
49. Well, you got 34, so you're fine too.
I am 1 away from my breaking point, by the way.
I'm
shit.
sure that won't come up. So yeah, when you reach your breaking point, I'm just going to say, yeah, it's going to be like fight, flight, or panic, and then you get a disorder later on.
Yeah.
So Katie, you're freaking out a little bit. You're beginning to sweat. Roy, you can. I'll just roll persuade for you. I assume you're going to try and get her to talk about practical things rather.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll try to ask questions that are going to give us information we can actually.
All right. You got a 63, and your persuasion's got 80.
Yep.
All right. So, what topic do you want to steer her on to?
Quantity and type of opposition on site.
They're all civilians. They don't have special access to anything, so they're all using civilian weapons. But they're from they got a rural background, hunting, and survivalist bullshit.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of corn-fed cultists.
Yeah, so numbers. Well, I'll have to reset the barn on fire.
Did you do that tonight?
When did we do it?
It's okay. It's okay. How many are left?
How many? Yes.
How many more to go?
We took out 3, by the way.
You took out, yeah. Oh, there were 3. Okay. No more than 9. No more than 9. At least 4. There's got to be at least 4 to do the ritual.
Okay. Is it a standalone building?
Yeah. It's yeah. We drove by it. It was on Gary's phone. Pictures
Gary's
of it.
phone right here. You know his password?
Oh yeah. Kennedy's assassination date. What was it?
It's like 11/12/63 or something like that.
Yeah. So you type that in.
Well, whatever the assassination date is, someone here will remember it.
Yeah, that's just a bit of color. So you get
It
her
is
information.
11/12/63.
Yep. It opens up, and through the crack
mind.
screen, you can see photos of the building. It's a 2-story building. Pretty cheaply made. It's got a bunch of like old Coke signs and shit tacked to the front of it. It's kind of like almost like a barn. But she says there's a basement in it too. Just walk down poor concrete. So it's, if you've ever been to a large flea market, this is it. It's just a lot of you do notice. So who's going to be looking at the phone?
I'll pass it around so we can all take a look at the pictures.
All right, so you have time to look at it. So the things you immediately notice, all the doors are steel security doors, and the building itself is made of its exterior sheet metal. So it's pretty solid, and there are security cameras overlooking lots of coverage, and the windows are all barred and only open from the inside. So it is actually kind of locked down.
Okay.
Every door does have a camera pointed directly at it, and it is a steel security door, so it may be barred from the inside. You want to remove a door like that, you'd have to unscrew the hinges from the outside, which would take some time.
Or use a pad of Semtex.
Sorry, what's the agent driving? What's her name?
So you haven't even asked her name yet. Mary. Just call me Mary.
All right, Mary. Hey, Mary. Do you think Gary would want to get a little bit of revenge on these guys for?
It's about this. We can't let them unthaw it.
I know. We're going to stop them from unthawing it. Gary's going to help us. Can I have his phone back?
You have the phone already.
Oh, yeah, I'll hand it back to Sherman.
Yeah,
Sherman. Right. This needs to become a detonator.
Understood.
I eat that son of a bitch.
You read my mind.
All right, so
I think we're going to work well together.
You think you get it? We'll make your demolitions check when you actually use it.
When the time comes. Yep.
Okay. No way really to test it.
Nope. So the next question is, so is it multiple buildings or just a single building?
Single building. It's got a gravel parking lot. There's nothing near it.
Yeah, so sort of a backcountry flea market, like you said. There's nothing near it. Does it have an external fuel or propane tank? Like, does it have its own separate fuel sources?
It does have a propane tank out back. Yeah.
Does it? Oh, that's sweet. I'm going to radio headquarters and ask them how they feel about digging out the object.
If it is
my proposal is gas main explosion, send in friendly contractors to retrieve object.
That is, if no other solution presents itself, we cannot guarantee the object will not be found by first responders.
Does the building I'm assuming a building that's fortified like that has its own generator, right?
There's no external generator. If they have a generator, it's inside, and there's no ventilation that you see for it.
Like, is it obviously connected to the main power grid, though? Like,
yes, it is. In fact, you asked, does anybody have SIGINT?
No. I don't think I got it with my profession. Okay. Special operators do not get it.
Okay.
Some do.
Yeah, some you can. You remember, you always get 8 skills.
Yeah,
you can raise up 20%. So you can always choose to raise up SIGINT. Or you can choose to raise up persuasion and human. You get choices.
Don't make me take responsibility for my own actions.
Oh, I'm sorry. However, Mary does know SIGINT, and she says, "Oh yeah, Power Grid. We found it. We figured out the control panel for the security system is on the roof, and there is a blind spot in there in the back corner. But it's a 2-story thing, and we didn't, and you'd have to have at least 2 people, one to raise the other person up." And so then I know how to do it. If someone can lift me up there, I could disable I could loop the security cameras.
That'd be strength or athletics.
Well, first you have to get close to the building without being spotted, because even if you, that would be a stealth check, and
Yeah,
then
let's start with stealth.
Yeah, and then it would be strength times 5, because it's not athletic so much as just physically how much can you lift, bro.
Yeah. So who here is sneaky first?
My stealth.
So, anyways,
is
you pull into an empty lot of a closed down gas station about a quarter mile away.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of weeds and stuff. It's overgrown pretty heavily, and so your vehicle is not going to be able to be seen from the antique markets. And there's a lot of weeds and stuff between you and at least to the edge of the parking lot of the building. So you can get to the edge of the parking lot surrounding it. Imagine the parking lot is like a gravel moat around the building.
Yeah.
So you do see there are 4 vehicles parked around it, but there's I would say they are all bunched up front, face near the road, so they don't really provide cover anywhere near the building. Except for one that is parked right next to it, near a door. Obviously, that's going to be their escape vehicle. So you have the view of it. I'd say by now it's about 7:30. It's all closed up. You can see lights are on inside the building, barely, because they do have the shades drawn. Mary is a little disoriented. I wouldn't say disoriented, but she's obviously like running on adrenaline at this point, so she's not really, going to be the best planner, but she can definitely. Looks like she's raring to hack those security system. If you can go up there.
You holding up?
So Sweat.
Yes, sir.
How's you pretty sneaky, Sweat?
It's not my best quality.
Okay. All right. Let's go with this. Doc, you're a friggin' killing machine, so I want you covering the door with Sweat, because she's got the saw. Or no, you don't. You didn't end up with the saw.
I don't have no.
Okay, but if you guys.
Oh yeah. By the way, Sweat, you do get a choice of smoke or flashbangs, where you could have some of each, if you want those. Just to let you know. And those just require athletics.
I'd say flashbangs probably more useful in this scenario if we're going to be, going into a building.
Yep. All right. So you have you have flashbangs.
Speaking of, I also have a very high melee, so I might want to be, in the building.
In the building. Yeah. All right then. Okay. So Sherman.
Yeah.
How fit are you?
Pretty fit, pretty sneaky.
All right. So
excellent at shooting.
All right. So do you want to escort Mary here to the rooftop so that she can make this a little easier for all of us?
Sounds doable. You should probably take the thermite then.
Sure.
So
I like
that's
burning things.
3 thermite grenades.
Yeah. You keep the Semtex with you.
Okay.
Mary, because we're going to need a cell phone to trigger the IED. So,
Mary, I got it here. Yeah. I have a burner.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Perfect. All right. Good. So I just wanted to make sure that at least one of us has the capacity to detonate the IED if necessary. Maybe don't arm it right away, Sherman. Just saying.
I know.
But okay. So you and Mary go for the roof to loop the cameras. Sweat and Turner and I will make for the side door where the escape car is. Once you give us the go ahead. Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So Mary's going to follow right behind you, Sherman. So she's going to get whatever you get in terms of your roll.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So what is your stealth check? What is your stealth skill at? Sorry.
70.
That is pretty good, actually. So let's see if it's good enough.
Huh.
Let's see here. Well, you think you get it. You walk the line. She tells you exactly where the invisible spot is. It's just an oversight on their part. You just have to walk at exactly running directly at the corner, the corner of the southwest corner of the building. And that's sort of a narrow field that is invisible to the cameras. And what is your strength?
My strength is 13.
13. So it's a 65% chance to lift her up without having to make another skill check. Let's see if you can lift, bro. And you can lift, bro. You lift her straight up, and she scrabbles onto the roof.
You toss her into the stratosphere.
No, that's not actually a success in this context, Noah. So she starts belly crawling along the roof, being as silent as she can. She is quite focused, so as she is slowly crawling away towards the security panel, which is sort of in the center of the roof, near their HVAC system, you can see the wires from the power system sort of going into the same kind of boxes on the roof. The rest of you wait and wait, and it's very stressful. And I could make you have sanity checks for helplessness, but not quite yet. But the door does open, and the door to the side that you're facing does open a bit. You see a man with a rifle. It looks like a civilian AR-15, and he. So all of you, sort of, what are each of you doing?
I'm taking aim.
Okay.
I'm going to say, Sherman, we've got one coming out the side door. We're going to hold our fire until we know whether or not you're made. Until we know you're made.
2 clicks.
Yep. So Sherman, you're just crouching in that little, right where you lifted her up. You're sort of, there's no cover. Well, there's the side of the building, I guess you could jump to.
Yeah.
So the guy, let's see, what Felix, are you doing the same thing? Just taking aim?
Yeah.
All right. And so
Call
the
you
guy,
next, Sherman.
he leaves the door ajar, and then he yells, gonna smoke. Close it up, and closing the door. And then he closes the door behind him, and then he smokes at the doorstep. You actually notice a little coffee can near there, overflowing with cigarette butts. And so he starts smoking with his rifle in his arms, his finger on the trigger. He has lousy trigger discipline.
Sherman, do you want to show that guy?
Let's see if he notices you guys. Unless you guys want to
down.
You're all right. You're crouched down, but
Yeah.
I'll say there's a 10% chance he can notice something.
All right.
I said 10%, didn't I? Well, that's an 11. So he does not notice.
Not only that, he critically failed.
I don't know how that would a crit fail would. I'm not sure how that.
Well, there is what I was about to say. There is what I was about to say to Sherman, who's not far from him.
Yeah.
Sherman, why don't you show him why smoking's bad for his health?
All right. The guy has his back to you, so Sherman, you can make a. You want to make another stealth check?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You got a knife.
I do have a knife.
He does have a knife. All right. You make your stealth check. What is your melee weapons at?
50.
50. All right. I'll give you a bonus because you were doing it from surprise. If you succeed this, you don't have to, roll damage or whatever. It's just going to be an automatic kill.
Woo.
So, because you get a bonus, it's not a critical failure.
Okay.
Because I rolled a 55. Normally that would be a critical failure, but
Instead,
it is critical success. So yeah, it is exactly like you're a special forces guy. You've read all these special forces training manuals about sneaking up on guards and ripping their throats out with your knife, and you do just that.
now you finally
The Special
get to
Forces
do it.
Guides, also known as the Splinter Cell games.
Yeah, exactly. And Metal Gear, and Assassin's Creed, et cetera, et cetera. Et
Not
cetera.
Metal Gear. We're not sneaking around in boxes.
Yeah.
Yet.
Night is young.
So, Mary, at this point, kind of waves from the roof of the building. You guys can see her. She kind of gives a little thumbs up. And she starts belly crawling back towards the corner that she came from. Let's see here. By the way, you made your sand. What's your sand, German?
60.
60. All right, yeah. Killing's fine. He deserved it.
It's great.
It's great. So you can drag the body off. So yeah, you've killed him, and you've disabled the cameras. What's
Okay.
next?
So I'll signal to Sweat and Turner, if you guys are still on board with this. We start crossing toward the door. Sherman, search him for keys.
Okay.
I'll do so. I only have it at base though.
Yep. Yeah, the AR-15. He's not concealing it. He does have car keys. A key ring with a couple of keys on there, including a car. It's one of the ones you click to open the car. It's a key with the little clicker thing on it. So
keyless entry.
Yeah, and it's not just it does have a key actually. It's not like full keyless entry, where it's just a little plastic thing. But you try the various keys that he has on him. None of them fit the door, or actually one of them does fit the door, but the door still holds. You realize that he did when he locked the door. When he closed the door, someone on the other side must have barred it. This must be the procedure. They really.
Yep, those are thick. Those are thick doors, though, right?
Yeah, it's a thick door. So so you don't alert anybody.
Okay.
So what's it going to be? Now that you're closer to the windows, you also see the bars are screwed in on the outside. So given enough time, you could unscrew one of the sets of bars. It's actually more like a mesh grate around the windows, not like jail bars. It's just a mesh kind of metal mesh thing around it, so you could just unscrew that. It's obviously.
Do I honestly think that like they can't hear well through that door, right?
No, they cannot.
From what we saw. Okay, so if we form up, guys, the door opens outward.
The door opens. Let's see here. Actually, it opens inward.
All right. So, if we form up like Sweat, Sherman, me, Turner.
Wait, which would the hinges would be to be on the inside?
It would open inward for the hinges.
Yeah, it would open inward. Yeah.
Yep. So harder to take the hinges off, easier to battering ram it. But since we don't have a ram with us, we're just gonna have to hope that they'll open it for us. So quietly to everybody else, like door's pretty thick. I'm guessing he probably just bangs on it when he wants back in after his smoke.
That's a guess.
So I'm gonna wait. Like I'll sort of check the time against when he came out.
Yeah.
Wait until it's been about 6 minutes, kind of thing.
Okay.
And then motion for Sweat to pound on the door.
Okay.
I'm thinking I want to have a flashbang in one hand and my pistol in the other.
Okay.
Because what I want us to do is ram the door, roll the flashbang in, and then get moving.
So when they open the door, you shove it open, throw the flashbang in, and then
like we shove it open so they don't have a chance to bar it again. Well, I'll just have the flashbang ready to throw because we don't know what the space beyond looks like.
That's true. You don't.
All right.
All right, Curtis. You get to choose high or low. This is going to be a luck check. You have a 50% chance.
Yeah. High.
High. It's 51 or above. It's good for you. It is a 54. It is good for you. You bang on the door, and it opens up just like you predicted. He didn't say he didn't ask a password or anything. The cultist OPSEC is lacking.
Firewood, sons of bitches.
All right, so Roy, you're throwing the flashbang in first.
Actually, what the hell? Yeah, I'll throw the flashbang in first. We cover, and then we'll roll in. So.
Wait. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're gonna push.
Originally, I wanted to make sure that we took the door.
Yeah.
Right. So I'd prefer to take the door away, and I'll just have the flashbang ready to throw.
All right. So you're making athletics to kick the door open.
That'll be Sweat.
Sweat. What's your athletics?
80.
Yeah, you kick the door open. It swings all the way in. You hear, the guy doesn't take any damage, but he's knocked away from the door. So that's your action. The door is clear. Who's acting next? Are you throwing the flashbang in now? Or who's acting next? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll throw the flashbang in now.
All right. Well, that's a failure. So it bounces off the door and back into the parking lot.
Okay.
So everyone, let's see here. Flashbangs are really fun.
You did know they were coming, though.
You did know they were coming, so I'll just say everyone is hit by it, but to a minimal degree. So everyone will have a minus 40% for the next round. Yeah, you failed your check. It bounced.
Yep.
So who's next? Felix or John?
Well, if I'm at minus 40, I can't
Yeah.
hit anything with my gun, so I am
Okay.
effectively useless.
Okay, you're like, oh fuck, ow.
Yeah.
Noise. John, what about you?
I've changed my plan. Now I'm just going to spray the interior with my 40% shooting.
Yeah, 40% after the penalty?
Yeah.
All right. So you're just blind firing in. Are you going to fire a long burst or a short burst?
Oh, so long.
That's
All right.
actually
Suppressing fire.
Yep. Just go cyclic for a second. There we go.
Holy shit. You rolled a 12. All right. You empty your magazine. But you get a chance to do damage to this guy. Let's see here. You hear him. Yeah, you think you hit him, but by the time you empty your weapon, new round. You get one action with the penalty. So Roy, you have negative 40 for this action.
Yep, I will. I'll move in, but ideally, like if I can see anything to use for cover.
Oh yeah, the bad guy did act after the John's burst. You don't see him. He's not he is not at the door anymore. He's not right. He was pushed away from the door and knocked down. Yep. But now he's not. Or you don't know where he is. You'd have to step in to see him.
Yeah, is there cover beyond the door?
Onto your left, there's a shelf of antiques, and onto your right, there's a smaller shelf of antiques. And then about 5 feet after that, it opens up into a hallway. And then you see a little end table that's been knocked down on the right side. That's what you see immediately peeking over from the corner.
Okay, so yeah, I don't have a lot of opportunity. I'll use the doorway for cover and just try to get a field of fire so that someone can go past me.
Are you looking to the left or to the right?
I will look to the left in
the
direction that the door would have swung, I would imagine.
Let's see here. Yep. So, all right, you look to the left, you don't see anything. And next up, let's see here. That would be Katie. You haven't acted with a penalty yet, so this is your action with a penalty.
I guess I do the same thing for the right.
All right, to the right. Well, actually, the doorway is only big enough for one person at a time, unless you want to run. Unless you want to squeeze by him and get into the middle of the hall. I say hallway, but it's not. It's just like rows of little booths that have been set up in an open hallway. So everything's like it's like a 10 by 10 spaces or 20 by 20 spaces that have been set up in sort of just an open warehouse, essentially. Does that make sense? Are you kind of picturing what this place's layout is? Basically,
yeah, I think I'm
sort of cubicles of shelving.
Yeah, cubicles and shelving. Yeah, but in a big warehouse. So there's no like big heavy walls to stand behind, just cubes and shelving, cubicles and shelving. So you can push by him to get in sort of in between the one row, or you could just wait until he moves. But there's a bottleneck. Because it's not a big door.
I'll wait until he moves, I guess.
Okay. Felix, same thing. Your eyes clear out. You were at the edge of the flashbang, and you were prepared for it. So what are you gonna do?
I figure I'll wait till the entranceway clears out some. So I'll just be stacked up behind whoever is currently there.
So you guys are stacked like to the side of the door, kind of thing, with me partway in it.
Yeah. Roy is just inside.
Yeah, like I'm using the door and the doorway for cover as much as possible. I've already
I'll have my rifle out and prepped.
Yeah. All right, and John, you're doing the same thing?
I'm reloading.
Okay. Let's see here. What's your alertness there, Roy?
50.
50. Okay, you make it. You hear a sound of a weapon being picked up off the ground to your right. And you can see the guy was knocked far back. He basically rolled to the right So
Okay.
he's behind you. And he picked up his rifle and he is aiming at you and you're aiming at him. But you're not surprised by it. It is his action though, so he will get to shoot first. And he's going to try a burst at you, and this is going to be close range, so he's going to have a +20 to hit. So will you.
To dodge?
You can dodge. So let's see. First, let's see if he hits. Oh, he does. He does. Go and give me. What is your dodge at?
Dodge is 60.
60. Let's see if I can roll. You roll a 40. He rolled a 60 out of 60 with his +20 bonus. So he gets that.
Okay.
Let's see here. But he cannot burst, actually, because he has a civilian weapon, which is only capable of single fire. So there's a chance you don't die.
Yeah. Is he using a hunting rifle?
No, it's a AR-15.
Does it have the armor piercing or not?
It is not. I will say civilian weapons will not have armor piercing.
All right, we'll see how this turns out.
Yep. Let's see here. That's only 1 point.
Okay.
It would normally be 0, but it's going to do at least 1 because bruising. But that was your action. You get slammed up and you get knocked down. You knock over the shelving on the left side, and you crash amidst Kewpie dolls and troll dolls and Beanie Babies.
Yep.
Sounds
good.
The weapon sprawls at your feet. You're having a bad day.
I've been shot 3 times. Yeah. Actually, I'd say it's hard to say whether I'm having a bad day or a good day.
Yeah. Katie, I think you were stacked up next. You know where the shooter is. You can rush in and take a shot at him if you want.
Step over me.
Yeah. Well, he's out of the doorway. He's off to the left, so the doorway is clear. So you can step in and shoot past on the right side. With a
Funnily enough, I think it's more likely that I can step in and try to disarm him with unarmed.
Ooh. All right. What's your unarmed at?
80.
80. All right. So you rush in there.
You are literally the boss.
And you rolled a 98. So he is prone. So you reach out and try and grab the rifle. He shrugs it away and he sort of backs himself up. So now he's sitting instead of being fully prone, and he's still aiming the weapon at you. So anyone trying to shoot at the target guy, the cultist now will be taking a -20 penalty because Katie's right next to him. Unless you want to make an athletics check to try and get around at a penalty. So who's next? Felix?
Yeah. I'm just gonna take aim.
Okay.
And use my action to aim until
well, you're
clear.
outside. You don't have a shot on the guy unless you go inside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll move in.
All right. Are you running in or are you just inching in?
Inch.
Inch in. All right. You're blocking the doorway now. You inch in. You'll spend this round aiming. So next round you'll negate that penalty. Assuming things don't change. John, what are you gonna do? It's still bottlenecked.
It's so messy up front.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
You could try.
Special forces. We should know how to breach and clear.
Well, you made some. There have been some bad rolls. But yeah. What do you want to do?
Right now, I'm just gonna take cover near the doorway and wait for the bottleneck to unbottleneck itself.
Let's see here. So next up, the cultist. Cultist is going to shoot at Katie. Katie can use unarmed to try and push the gun away. So this is going to be an opposed check. So this is the cultist roll. He gets a 4, which is a success, but it's low. So if Katie makes the unarmed check, he will not be able to shoot. And Katie does make the roll. So you push the weapon away. You have not disarmed him yet. but he is unable to get a beat on you. You're basically you're wrestling over the gun at this point, so you can't shoot at anybody. So good job. If you make one more opposed roll, you'll be able to disarm him or do damage to him. But you've got him in the midst of it, and you pull him away from the doorway, so there's less of a bottleneck. So new round. Roy, you're still conscious, believe it or not.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. Is my pistol still in my hand?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to, if I can, I'll make the athletics check, I guess. But basically, what I'd like to do is while they're struggling, I just want to sort of come up behind him and just pop shots into, basically put a bullet into his head.
That'd be an athletics checks to get in position to do that.
As point blank as frigging possible.
Okay. So you get in position. Next round, you'll be able to do that. Felix, you can push in further into the building.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. You could try and grapple with the guy as well, or you could just go an Overwatch to see if there's any other threats, or what do you want to do?
My unarmed is at 60, so yeah, let's all right. Snag this guy.
All right. Let's see here. You got a 39. All right. Yeah, sorry, that's an 89. Never mind. Yeah, sorry. The 3 is a little. They look similar. So you fail that, so you're just making a big clusterfuck. So you push Roy out of the way, ruining the shot. So good job. Let's see here. Sherman, John Sherman, you can get in the building now. You see all that's going on. What's your alertness at?
70.
All right. You see the stairways leading down into the basement, and you see an unearthly greenish jade-colored light coming from the stairwell down there, or the stairs leading down there.
Motherfucker. Okay. This round, I will draw a flashbang.
Okay.
Get it ready.
All right. So you get inside the building. So everyone's now inside except for Mary, who's still on the roof. But she's pretty messed up anyway. Let's see here. The cultist gets to go. He's going to try and fight back and just try and headbutt Katie in the face. Let's see. He makes his roll. Let's see if Katie makes her roll to fight back.
All right.
Let's see. That was tilted. And what was your unarmed at?
My unarmed's 80.
80. You make that. You beat him. So you can disarm him or do damage to him.
I think I will disarm him.
All right. You pull the rifle out of it. He tries to headbutt you. You knee him in the chest, and he gasps and lets go of the weapon. So you grab the AF. Yeah, it is yours now. And let's see here, Roy. You have a clear shot on him.
Yep, I shoot him in the face.
And he dies.
We don't arrest people.
Yeah. So, everyone here's been just you don't have to roll sand at this point for that. He was a bad guy. So you all take let's see here. Well, it's still combat really.
Yeah.
So Felix, what are you doing?
Well, let's see. There's only the one guy, correct?
There's only give me alertness check. What's your alertness at?
40.
You do not see anyone else, but you are not sure.
Okay. And there was
there's a central staircase that leads up and down. But there's a jade greenish light coming from the basement.
Well, I'm assuming that's the problem. So let's head that way.
Now there's your problem.
There's your problem.
Yeah,
I'll move up to whatever the next hallway corner is, and take a peek.
You're gonna want to look away from this one, Doc.
All right, what's your SAN at?
49.
All right, let's find
The
out.
most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
Oh my God, what's your intelligence?
My intelligence is 14.
All right,
That's 70% times 5.
You rolled, just so you know, Noah, and I'm not making this up. I did not. I'm not just trying to fuck you over. I did roll 100 on your SAN check.
You want to lick it.
Yeah, you God, what? Yeah, you begin to you look down and you don't even just the void opens up into you. You begin to see. God, what is it? What do you see? You could see almost anything. How does your mind perceive infinity? The from beyond, you know.
Oh, jeez, that's
Yeah.
a
Far
big
out
question
there.
there, Ross.
Well,
Oh,
there you go. That's Felix's state of mind right now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be. Oh yeah, got 100. You crit failed it, so that's 10 sanity. So fight, flight, or catatonia.
we're gonna go catatonia.
Yeah, exactly. What am I seeing? God, you can't. Your mind cannot process it.
Yeah, just stardust.
Yeah. So let's see here. John, you saw his reaction to that. You haven't looked down the stairwell yet, but
Well, my plan was to throw a flashbang down the stairwell.
yeah, you can still do that. You're not
Here, Doc, I'll help you out.
All right.
Bank shot it into the room.
What's your athletics at?
60.
60. All right. By the way, you made your sand check for helplessness to see a teammate just sort of stoop over and just kind of fall to their knees. God, you guys had the worst luck with flashbangs. I rolled a 75.
God damn it.
Is it just a dud?
No, it's not.
But he is tossing it down the stairs.
It bounces to the
God.
other staircase next to it, which would lead up, but then it bounces back down because gravity, and bounces at Noah's feet. So Noah, you're going to be blinded.
Great.
It's better that way.
Noah, give me a luck roll. What went high or low?
High.
Oh, you got low though. So you get dizzy and you trip and you fall down the stairs. So let's see. I think that's everybody for this round. Let's see here. So yeah, new round. Let's see here. Roy, you see one of your team members fall and seem to get something happened to him. You're not sure what. You're kind of shooting someone in the head. But you notice him slump over and fall down the stairs. But you're fine. You rolled a 5 on your stand check.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, happens all the time.
So Sweat's still up.
Sweat. Everyone is up except for Felix.
So Turner sort of blanked out and then fell down the stairs.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. You all got flashbang though. Everyone else gets it for 1 round, so -40 to your skill checks.
Yeah.
You guys are just rolling terribly for the flashbangs.
All right. For now on, we don't use those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're done with area effect weapons for now.
At least in close quarters.
I'll unsling my rifle. I will.
I mean, if you were throwing it to someplace far away, the failed skill check could be it just doesn't go there. But you're throwing it at targets that are like 5 feet from you.
Yeah, I will. I'll basically ready my rifle and cover the stairwell while Sweat and Sherman get their heads together.
All right, Sweat.
And then you guys are going down first because, frankly, I've been shot 3 times today.
Yeah.
I think I want to wait around so that the flashbang penalty wears off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That might be a while.
Well, for you it is. Anyways, Sweat. So Sweat just recovers. Sherman, what about you?
I'm gonna pull out the satchel charge and turn it on. So now a cell phone could turn it to a boom.
All right. It is hot.
Shit.
Okay.
We're seeing green light. It's time to pull out the big boom.
Yep.
Green light means go, right?
So, Felix, have you figured out what infinity looks like to you?
I'm going to say it looks like a starry sky. It is just pitch black with dots of light.
And they start swirling around and forming patterns. Are they lights? Are they stars? Or are they eyes? Are the stars eyes? Are you looking at the stars? Yeah, no. That's actually great. Yeah, you start seeing, you start hearing things as well. This horrible dissonant noise that's beginning to get louder, or dissonant or beautiful.
Is it almost musical?
It is almost musical. So you're having a great time. But yeah, that's all you know and can perceive. So let's see here. Yeah, team upstairs. We're not exactly in combat. You just tell me how you want to approach this.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Somebody pass me the burner phone.
All right.
Okay. Sweat and Sherman, if you guys are agreeable, get down there, clear that doorway.
Yes, sir.
Well, there's no doorway down there. It's just a stairs leading into an open area,
Oh,
open
yeah.
basement. Yeah. So there's no door. That's why he failing that sand check was really bad. Well, why looking down the stairs was kind of a bad idea. At least if you critically fail your sand check. So Sweat, you're going down the stairs?
Yeah, rifle ready.
All right. What's your sand?
Currently it is 79.
All right. Let's find out if that stays the same. Spoiler, it won't. But no, you actually you only lose one sand. This is from unnatural, so nothing to tick mark. But you see 4 people. They're all older men with like shaved heads. They're wearing sort of blue robes that and they're all just they have their hands clasped together and their heads bowed, so it's like they're praying, but it's silent. But each of them is at the corner of this sort of rectangular block of jade. I mean, it looks like just like the world's most valuable piece of jade, the gem stone type, but it's 3 feet. It's like a couple feet long and 5 feet long. It's massive, and there's a dark mass in it. And as you watch it, it begins. You notice almost imperceptibly, but enough you notice it just starts erasing itself. Like the jade just is disappearing, but the darker mass is revealing itself, and you see it's like a pinkish.
I one of the cultists.
Well, let me finish describing the thing before you get to that. So there's a pinkish purplish with white bit mass, and you begin to almost perceive a shape from it. It almost looks, it reminds you of that time you went to the aquarium and you saw that Great Pacific octopus that put its suckers up against the thing. It's almost, yeah, it looks a lot like that. But Sherman, you're going down with Sweat, right?
One thing, can I get the sawed-off shotgun before I go down there?
Yeah, you could change out to that. Sure. Crit fails with that are going to be real fun.
Yeah. Close quarters.
All right, so you're going down the stairs, though.
Yep, definitely.
Right. What's your sand at?
60.
60. Oh, you make it too. So, same thing. It looked, yeah, if you were to describe it, it would be like a giant tentacle, severed tentacle inside a block of jade that is just erasing itself from existence. And there's 4 figures there melting at it. And of course, poor Felix is there, drooling, babbling, staring up into the ceiling, just kind of twitching. So
I've been there, man.
Yeah, he is out for this scene. He is temporarily mad, if nothing else, until somebody can slap some sense into him. So yeah, Shreddy, now you can begin with you're shooting one or all of the cultists.
Just whichever one's closest to me.
Okay, yeah, plus 20 button. You're close enough. Let's see here. What's your unarmed?
My firearms or my unarmed?
Firearms, because you're shooting, right?
Firearms is 60. You said there was a plus 20, so that would be 80.
Yep. All right, you make it. And I assume a burst.
Yes.
All right. That is 9 points of damage, which is enough to put that one down. He's bleeding out. At this point, and what are you doing? You can act more or less the same time, Sherman. Are you shooting?
Yeah, I'll start from the other side of the ring of cultists and both barrels.
Okay. All right. It's going to be fun. What's your firearms at?
80.
80. Okay. That makes it. All right. Let's see here. All right. That's 11. That's 8. And that's 7. Only one of them is left standing, one in the back corner. Because firing shot with a sawed-off shotgun in a basement when they're all bunched together turns out to be really, really, really dangerous or really lethal. So 3 of them go down. One of them is left there. He's peppered with buckshot. And he flinches, but he's still meditating. At this point, you two can both give me another sand check. Sweat, what's your sanity? Adjusted?
78 now.
78, that's right. It's a 5. That's another 1 point of sanity. And Sherman, what's yours?
So I went down 1 last time?
Yeah.
Oh, 59.
All right, that's another one. As the it starts, the object starts sort of rotating. Just like it's different sides of it. It's erasing itself. It's melting at a faster rate. It's hard to perceive, but you're guessing whatever you and everything seems to be. Oh God, there's just these stabs of pain are radiating. You just feel wrongness emanating from it. As you can't really perceive exactly what's wrong with it, but somehow it's destabilized. So we're out of combat round by round action, but it's acting weird, whatever it is. It's kind of rotating around lengthwise, not quite spinning. More and more of it's still thawing out, and it's kind of hurts to be in the room with it. So you can still try and search the room, or at least give me a learn check to look around, or you can go back up. You can talk to each other. You can drag poor Felix up to see if he and try and slap some sense into him.
I'll pick up Felix.
All right. So you pick up Felix and I assume take him back upstairs.
Are you guys reporting back what's happening?
It's fucked. Kick down the bomb.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to see this shit.
By the way, you hear police sirens in the distance.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we did make a lot of noise, didn't we?
Yeah, eventually. Okay, everybody out. I'm gonna head for the roof. I'm gonna call up to Mary.
She got herself down from the roof while you guys were all doing this stuff.
Mary, it's still thawing. Like, can we stop it from thawing, or do I just drop the building on it?
Did you see a jar of powder in the room? Large, sort of whitish gray.
Okay.
Powder.
What has to be done with it? Be fast.
Pour it on it.
Okay.
I run
So
back into the room.
I'll relate that.
Okay.
Pour powder on the thing.
Yeah.
Use powder with tentacle.
Yeah, use powder with tentacle. That's a who's going to be dealing with Felix, by the way? Is anyone going to slap him away?
I'll carry him up.
Okay, you carry him up.
Okay.
I don't have percussive psychiatry.
Felix, you're beginning to see something other than stars. They kind of start fading out in reality. Maybe it's reality. Starts fading back in. You're looking at the roof, the ceiling of an antique mart. You feel very kind of disconnected to yourself, like, oh, this is a weird place that I'm in. So you can act. Maybe you just don't exactly remember exactly what happened. And someone's carrying you. God, it's really weird. So
yeah, no, this is strange. I'm just gonna lay here for a bit. And,
you're gonna be fine, Doc. You're gonna be fine, Doc.
Take it all in.
It's all fine.
It's all bullshit, man.
All right, so who's going in the basement to look for the powder?
Me.
All right, so Curtis, Katie, you go down there. You do see there's a long shelf by there with a very large sort of mason jar, and it's full of white gray powder. So you start unscrewing the lid to pour it on there?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Okay. As you do there, the last cultist, who was still alive, just peppered with buckshot, looks to you and says, "It does not matter. The sleeper has awoken. The end times are near.
We're hitting snooze.
Huh?
We're hitting snooze.
It is too late. The end times draw near. But this is our only chance to become something new. We can either die as a species or change. Don't you want to change?
You better be pouring powder while he's yattering.
I am pouring powder while he's saying this.
Yeah, no, it's the powder is kind of yeah. Let's see here. What's your con?
My constitution, it is 14.
All right. Oh, that's a failure. He dies. He just starts gurgling blood as he looks at you. There's pain in his eyes. Like, this is our only chance to survive. We have to ascend. And
I've got like 20 years left at most anyway. Probably less if I keep doing this job.
All right. And then you pass out. From just all you can see is that it stops spinning, it starts rotating. The powder covers it, and it's sort of, you hear this sort of cracking, crystallizing sound, and it just kind of hovers in midair. But you just suddenly just this starburst of pain in your chest, and then you start coughing up blood, and it almost feels like you're being dropped from a great height, like you're being parachuted, kicked out of a plane, and it's too much for you, and you pass out. So yeah, so we'll find out if what the players do next. So the weirdness or the abnormality stops, and then you hear two bodies hit the floor. You kind of feel whatever that thing was doing, it's not doing it anymore. But Schwett doesn't come out. Doesn't come up immediately. And you heard someone say something.
Yeah.
And so team not crazy or incapacitated, which is Roy and John. What are you guys going to do?
Yeah. Send Mary and Felix to go and grab the truck and get it like back here. Sherman and I are going to go and see if we can move the friggin' jade block. I'll ask Mary, like, can we touch this thing?
Yeah, if it's there, yeah. In the initial reaction, it's bad, but after that, it neutralizes it.
Yeah, I didn't like any of that, but okay, go get the fucking truck. We need to get this thing out of here.
Okay.
I will radio headquarters. I will say, like, Tango's down, securing object, law enforcement on its way. Can you provide any kind of delay?
No. They cannot see the object. Neutralize if necessary.
Moving object and/or collapsing building. And so Sherman and I are going to try and get the object upstairs and into the truck, so that we can get to the airfield.
Okay, so
we'll leave the Semtex bomb in the basement with the dead cultists.
Okay, and let's see.
Is anyone are you just gonna leave me here, or?
No, we'll move you too, but first we're moving the object.
Well, let's find out how much you want to do.
Let's find out how this goes.
Well, that's the thing. So you're doing all of this, and you realize it's coming there. You get the car parked up. One thing, they'll see the car, because again, it's Iowa. They're going to see the truck even with its light off. Drive away, so there'll be a car chase at least. And two, if you want to get all your team members and the object in the truck and drive away, they'll definitely pull into the parking lot before then. So you can either try and ambush the deputies or the cops who show the very first. There's only one cop car coming right now, but you can only load in. I'll say one thing before you can load in one thing and then drive away, or you can.
So we can leave Sweat, leave the monolith, or someone has to deal with this first cop.
Yeah, and even if you do, so what's the decision?
All right, we're gonna get everything loaded. I'm going to distract or disable the cop.
Okay.
So since I'm in uniform,
you are okay. Yeah, you are
in a paramilitary style uniform.
Yeah.
So okay, so while everyone's loading everything up, I will drag
two cops get out and they point their weapons at you. It's like, freeze.
Oh, hold on. Whoa. That's honestly, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll put my hands up. All right. I don't have a weapon in my hands when they show up.
Yeah.
So hopefully the stuff is loaded or will be loaded.
Yeah, tell your friends back there to they see it. I mean, unless you go up all the way to the edge of the driveway. So
if I could have met them further away from the building,
all right, you meet them as far away from the building as you can, so they don't see your friends, or you don't see the rest of the team loading everything in there. So Mary and Sherman load Felix and Sweat in there, and the monolith, or let's say the carbonized tentacle at this point.
Yep.
Because it's no longer a smooth block.
All right, I'm going to I'll put my hands up. I'm probably pretty well lit by the car. I'll be like, officers, if one of you could approach, I'd rather not have to yell.
Okay, one of them does.
Okay. When he approaches, I'll keep my hands out where they can see them. All my movements are slow. When he gets close, I will say, I'll say you're familiar with the words national security. And I'll start talking to him. So here's the deal. These were a bunch of religious fanatics. They have biological materials in the basement that are extremely dangerous. My team has to get out of here because they operate in deep cover, and I will spin him some Tom Clancy bullshit. And then I'll say there will be a team coming here shortly. But in the meantime, we need about another 15 minutes because this whole area is dangerous to anyone who's exposed for too long right now.
Damn it. And I'm not making this up. I did roll a 22 for your bullshit. Your fucking lies.
Secrets and lies.
You know, I really appreciate this, guys. I need you to radio in that it's nothing right now. We can't have local law enforcement exposing themselves. I don't want you guys getting sick. You should be safe where you are. And you know what? Someone from DHS is going to be along to debrief you. And can I get your name, officer? And I'll get their names and badge numbers. And I'll be like, hell, there might even be a citation.
All right. Delta just loves handing out citations. So,
I give exactly 0 fucks if I don't end up dead and no one gets turned into a monster. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. So it turns into quite the clusterfuck. But you managed to secure the artifact.
Yep.
One Delta Green agent. She comes back. You know that you go back to the airfield. Yep. They have a new helicopter there. And they fly you out to the airbase and. So you managed to secure the scene. So you managed to complete it. So a very good mission, but that's it. And that's all you ever find out about it. They never tell you, they never give any follow-up. Felix, they eventually clear you back for active duty after a few months. You keep having those dreams. Welcome to having percentile score in unnatural. So and
get a little depersonalization disorder, something along those lines.
Oh yeah, no, it's the stars are alive and hungry, and that was Coral Nomad. What do you guys think?
It was good.
Pretty good.
That was fun.
I liked it actually.
So like I said, it's a very basic thing. What would happen if a pickup went wrong? And you never figure out quite the scene, and it is going to be more action oriented. And so it's great from my point of view because I don't have to figure out all the details of what the cult is or what they're doing or how the last mission went bad. I just have to throw you in the middle of things and see.
I like all the little nods you had to the mission that happened before that we had no idea about.
Yeah.
So after we burned down the barn,
and that's part of the Delta Green too, is that they've emphasized a lot in the new game that everything is compartmentalized, so you never find out everything.
You just don't get to know.
Design. And the people who last the longest in Delta Green are the people who figure out and they never want to read everything. Like even if they have clearance, like if I don't need to read it, I'm not going to read it.
That's Roy's approach.
Yeah,
we're not arresting people, we're not interrogating them. We kill them or we box them up. We get out.
So I might add a little more. So question, comments, discussions. Anything else you might want to change for next time around this or anything like that? Or
pretty solid. Like you could expand the shootout easily if you feel like the team got there with no great threat.
I know I wanted to make that initial pickup really obvious that something wasn't going to be there, but I do want to run this game scenario more into at least one team of players. Like, oh yeah, we take the briefcase and go. Because then I did have a plan B where like, yeah, you take the briefcase back, you drop it off, and then 5 minutes later, as you're going to debrief, you hear an explosion, and then the director's like, "What the fuck? Why didn't you believe that idiot? He didn't give you the response. Fucking go back."
I have players that even in a Delta Green game would totally bulk. Like no, he must be. Maybe he just forgot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they forgot their right to live at that point. Then.
I think things went. I mean, this sounds strange, but I think things went a bit too smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never really felt like we were in too much danger throughout this whole thing.
How many times did you get shot?
Yeah.
That's fair.
The flashbang fuck up.
the flashbang. The flashbang follies were pretty hilarious. Yeah, no, you could like the problem with really gritty systems I find is, I mean, it's a little bit like real life violence seems to be. You either walk out of it pretty much unhurt, or you get put in a meat wagon and taken home.
I mean,
it's like fine, first or you're like, you're fine, you're in traction, you're dead. Like those are the three options. Like
Delta Green doesn't do sort of the like, oh, the party uses up a quarter of its resources per encounter kind of thing. Well, like you either got out of it alive, probably by killing someone in a really cold-blooded manner, or you're effed up.
Yeah, technically,
rednecks.
I mean, it's also my first game of Delta Green, which probably came across by the fact that I was not talking too much, or rather, not talking too much in character.
Well, this was also a tactical game rather than an investigation game, and so the objectives are a lot clearer in this case. Like, go secure scene, find bad guys, shoot bad guys. In an investigation, it's like he died, but what the fuck killed him, and who's the bad guy here? And so in investigation scenarios, it can go a lot worse if you make if you get the wrong theory, like, oh, if you trust the wrong person, like, oh, then you're dead, where in this one is like it's the team versus the cult. It's in some ways it's easier because you have that survivor Delta Green Age. Like, oh, the bad guys are here. I could have made it harder by like making it harder to find the scenario, or just wait until like, oh, the sky turned. There's a pillar of light over yonder.
We've set our objective marker.
Yeah.
Like if you want to add complication to it, like one of the easiest ways to do it would be to have one of the cultists know the call sign.
Mm-hmm.
But then have that classic moment where there's one person, like two people who know the call sign, who are each accusing the other one of screwing with you.
That's
right?
You could also do, because I've been working on a scenario that's kind of similar, where the Delta Green agents that come back to check on the situation are like group, they're cowboys, and the program agents were sent in to basically intercept the problem. That could cause some.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Maybe you could cast some doubt on whether or not Mary is actually an agent.
Yeah, that's true. Adding more uncertainty to who's good and who's bad. I mean, you guys are pretty lucky in figuring out who. The cultists, they didn't have much time to set up. I didn't want to make them too impossible to detect. But
I really like those two poor airport employees who had to sit on the helicopter on the way back to base with just this pile of dead bodies next to them.
Yeah. But yeah, the program will try and figure, probably may even give them jobs or something, just to keep an eye on them. Or just threaten to throw them in prison if they ever talk to anyone. But I do like that. yeah, I'll probably add one or two more complications between the initial scene and the in confrontation with the cult. I didn't want to make the cult too. I might just make the security cameras. There's no security panel to hack. I'll probably do that next time. So it'd be harder to get in without being noticed, without really being thinking outside the box. You know, maybe like there's a way to get into the basement directly by digging or something like that, but then that takes hours, so they have hours to work on the ritual or something like that. So things have gotten a lot worse inside.
What was in the jade anyway, or did you not bother coming up with?
I kind of figured it was like the severed tentacle of a star spawn of Cthulhu. So they were basically communing with, you know, one of Cthulhu's kids, essentially, or you know, brethren.
Cthulhu babies.
So it would have been, if they'd fully thought it out, it would have been, or maybe the star spawn could have regenerated itself from its severed tentacle, if they fully, you know, pulled it back into space time. So yeah, it was just frozen in time, and they were unfreezing it. No biggie.
Or it was coming to collect it.
Yeah. So yeah, and this would probably just be like a starter scenario for Coral Nomad. Other scenarios would be like, you know, your team keeps getting ambushed as you go to these sites. There's got to be an inside agent, or
yeah, good way to bring it around to like a Star Chamber kind of session.
Mm-hmm. Or like instead of being on a helicopter, you're escorting a convoy from, you know, an armored truck, and then, you know, you get hit along the way.
Maybe have one of the players be a mole.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of I did think of other scenarios, but this is kind of like a basic, like, here's the setup and here's how it goes. So
a fun mid campaign one would be them running artifacts to like the Fate or something like that, like realizing someone in the program is using them to make deals with the opposition.
Yeah, well, yeah, it'd have to be someone else other than the Fate. The Fate has been disbanded. Yeah, but some other Mythos group. One thing they do make a point of is like there's a lot of former Majestic 12 employees or researchers that have gone into the private sector since the reorganization. So people with cookbook recipes, which is all Delta Green stuff, but it's basically people with alien science doing bad things. So
people with alien science don't do bad things.
So it's like the anti-base raiders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Find a super science tech and then destroy everything and kill everyone. Anyways,
from raiding a base.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, raid the base and then kill everyone. So who saw the base, or thought about the base, or is near the base? Just kill everyone. Anyway, all right. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll have Aaron schedule a game soon, and thank you for supporting the Patriot.
All right,
no problem. Thanks for running.
Cool.
All right.